And we are live. Hello, everyone. This is your, Sergeant Billy, back from another meme war, ready to discuss anime and monsters. So this is another extreme stream titled Weebs and Monsters. So we're going to be talking about kaiju. We're going to be talking about anime, a bunch of Japanese stuff, and, internet personalities that we could describe as monsters as well, like Melissa Morg.
That is great.
Who's proven to be a caller at times and a fake journalist.
And a stalker. And a fucking hypocrite.
Oh, yeah. You saw her Gamergate thing where she apparently thought that the anti-SJW Magic the Gathering crowd was part of Gamergate, even though that has nothing to do with it, really.
It really doesn't. You're talking about two completely different cultures. But, I mean, then again, there's like anti-SJWs like me who are helping them out as well. Like, fuck. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. But the whole purpose of Gamergate was video gaming. It's like, apparently in her mind, any sort of game, video game or whatever, apparently is all part of the Gamergate controversy if they're anti-SJW.
Hell yeah. Well, I mean, it's all about ethics and journalism, basically. You know what I'm saying? That's what Gamergate was. And I can see how it would carry over because, fuck, there's Hataku wrote a fucking hit piece out on the gentleman, the Quartering channel's Unsleeved Media.
Yeah. I mean, the difference, I guess for me, the difference between the whole Magic the Gathering controversy and Gamergate, kind of like with Comicsgate, is the Magic the Gathering controversy and Comicsgate are essentially a reaction to SJWs, whereas Gamergate, it was basically started as ethics in gaming. Like the SJW side was forced in there by the SJWs themselves, and it wasn't really a reaction. Like the identity politics wasn't exactly the intention of the Gamergate community. It was mainly about the fact that journalists were giving out favors to developers.
Identity politics wasn't as prevalent back when Gamergate started. It's just spiraled out of control since then. And
it was the excuse.
Medium. Yeah.
Well, yeah, identity politics. Gamergate was just an excuse for them to not they used basically online harassment as an excuse to try and deflect from potential corruption in gaming journalism.
It was also the first time that SJWs really hit resistance was in Gamergate. Like fucking, they had already infiltrated the fucking movie scene and shit like that with hardly any resistance whatsoever. Comics as well, fucking had already started to fall victim. But
what movie? I know comic books are kind of having issues, but movies seem to be they were still not too bad. They were very not mainstream.
Well, yeah, I mean their sales were still fucking tanking. You know what I'm saying? You had ridiculous fucking stupid ass movies back then as well.
Well, don't expect the socialists to make a lot of money off in a capitalist market.
Oh yeah, well, according to them, socialism really isn't going to work unless all capitalist societies are gone in the first fucking place, according to their twisted, stupid logic. But
well, that's because they are proven wrong, so they have to go the whole everything must go for it to work.
But that's not real socialism.
At the end of the day, everybody with money's just going to leave the country, and then they're socialists.
Then we become Venezuela.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just, I don't know. It seems to me, it seems like when it comes to the little SJW stuff in movies, it seems like the Ghostbusters was one of the first movies that had that real, media push to try and bring identity politics into this whole stuff. It was at the forefront.
Oh yeah, that was thanks to Paul Feig's cuck ass as well.
Ass.
I mean, everything about the Ghostbusters movie was bad. Like the preparations, the way it was fucking advertised, it was all that bullshit. And I remember the Ellen DeGeneres show when they were going to have fucking Hillary Clinton on as well as that. It was like, this is going to be the year for women and feminism, blah blah blah. That was so great to watch it all blow up on their face.
Yeah, I argued with some idiot who basically he was responding to people commenting saying Wonder Woman is a way of showing Ghostbusters that's how you do a female-led movie. And he made a comment saying that, oh, Wonder Woman worked because society became less sexist in the process between the two movies. It was really funny. I know it was hilarious. So,
yeah, had nothing to do with the movie being actually good.
Yeah, basically says that Ghostbuster people were too misogynistic to like it, whereas with Wonder Woman, people learned their lesson or something like that.
That is retarded. Thing. Yeah, that's fucking stupid.
Mental gymnastics.
Honestly, oh yeah, seriously. No, go for it, Ricardo. I completely agree with you.
Oh, that's my 2 cents.
Yeah, I'll be. But also, Gwalt, you wanted to like talk about like the last stream I did. We were talking about women in the comics industry, like the toxic women.
Oh yeah.
So, is there something you want to talk about since you kind of came in late to that stream last week?
Dude, I mean, I rewatched what all I missed and stuff like that. Sorry about that again.
Okay.
Damn. But no, like, I mean, like, the women are just as fucking toxic as the men. They should get 100% fair treatment as well. I mean, if we're going to tear down the fucking dudes, we'll tear down the girls as well.
Well, it's like what I said.
What's up?
Oh, what? Oh, no, continue.
Oh, no, I was just saying, like, damn, and I've seen, like, a lot of people do that. I mean, they tear down fucking G. Willow Wilson as well as, I mean, anybody who writes SJW bullshit, I feel treatment. But the only problem is they're like, they're attacking women like fucking the American Chavez writer. God.
Gabby.
Oh, Gabby Rivera.
Yeah, and I mean, even I Love Comics did an entire Gabby Rewards, you know what I'm saying, thing on that, which was fantastic. Yeah. And I'm very proud to have participated in that process.
Yeah.
But it's not like they don't get their fair share. But you don't see it as much as because there's not as many of them in there. You know what I'm saying? Is the whole deal from my perspective.
Wouldn't it be sexist if they weren't fair game?
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess the thing is that I feel like a lot of people have been talking about Dan Slott and Mark Waid because they talk a lot and they make a lot. But I just feel like some people don't really know that kind of Gail Simone is kind of potentially the person who created this current culture we live in right now, because she basically created the whole women in refrigerators, which led to this whole complaints about like the role of women in comics. Like, she literally could be considered like the mother of all of this SJW bullshit in comics, to an extent, at least in the modern sense.
Possibly. I mean,
because you're familiar with women in comics, Walt, right? I mean, women in refrigerators.
Oh yeah, they can go get fucked. I mean, they're trying to say, oh, you're using her death as a plot device. I remember reading that fucking story. Whoever said that is stupid.
Yeah.
Story.
Yeah, that was Gail Simone.
Yeah, Gail Simone can go get fucked. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my goddamn 2 cents as far as her. I think she's trash. I think if you look at her work, you can see her work is fucking trash. Did while she was in fucking DC and while they were trying to get rid of her in DC.
Yeah.
Like fuck Gail.
Yeah, I mean she has a couple. I mean, there are some stuff I do like. I think her Secret Six series was definitely good, and a lot of people seem to like her Batgirl series, but as a whole, it, like Captain Cummings said, she kind of like conned her way into the industry through like playing the whole victim or something with the whole women in refrigerators.
Yeah, blackmail, you know what I'm saying? Potato.
Yeah, complained about sexism and stuff, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, fuck her, like straight up. I don't even like her Batgirl stuff. She can get, I mean, that entire thing I think was like, I mean, I didn't like it to start with for a couple reasons. Number one, I thought Oracle was a fantastic character, and it was a character progression. Like if you look at continuity-wise in there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like Oracle was one of the few characters that was allowed to progress like that.
Also, doesn't that take away in their fucking crazy SJW logic a fucking disabled person's representation in fucking books? Like, what the fuck?
I think this was before the term ableism became a thing.
Oh, very true. Well, that's true. My bad. You're right. I forgot the Oppression Olympics hadn't progressed that far yet.
Yeah. I don't know, like, what's your opinion on Gail Simone Florence?
I'm looking at Batgirl. I don't see Gail Simone on it right now.
She's not on it. She was on it like there are two Batgirl series at the there was one at the beginning of New 52, and I think she did one, or maybe it was the Gotham. No, not the Sirens, but she did the
Birds of Prey.
Birds of Prey. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just curious to see what she's working on. She's doing that Conan Wonder Woman book.
Wonder Woman thing, yeah.
Oh, because there's been that lesbian-looking Nightwing picture being going around on Twitter. Did she have her hands in that? Because that looks horrible.
Lesbian Nightwing.
Yeah, you must have seen that on Twitter.
I missed that.
Oh God, he looks like I call him a frumpy lesbian. Just horrible art.
That's great. That's funny. I didn't see it yet either. I've got my Twitter. I'm logged out of Twitter right now. If I'm doing a live stream, only because I'm still downloading some other stuff in the background. So I'm trying not to too much.
Yeah. So okay. Well, since we had a bit of talk on that, so I guess we can move into like the weeb section, since we're all kind of a bit of weebs. At least were at one point.
Proudly weeb, still weeb.
Yeah, I'm kind of like an ex-weeb. I mean, I still watch some anime for nostalgia purposes, but
I'm a casual. I'm a filthy casual weeb.
Filthy casual.
Poser.
Yeah. I've been
fucking poser.
Watching High School DxD this weekend.
Yeah, that shit is awesome. Hell yes. Have you not seen that series
what is this?
before?
I haven't.
Is this? You haven't, and you say Sergeant Billy, you have not seen High School DxD.
No, what is this?
Dude, I'm not gonna spoil it. That is a must see. You know what? I'll link you guys some shit on. Actually, I already did link some shit on Twitter.
What's the genre?
It's like Monster Masumi or whatever it is. You watch that anime?
It's similar to that, yeah. It's definitely kind of a sexy comedy. You know what I'm saying? / action. It's fucking great.
It's a slice of life school anime.
Not at all. No, this shit's badass. It's fucking awesome.
Okay, so it's like an action.
There's not a whole lot of actual high school in it. It's called High School DxD because the guy's potentially in that age group. But yeah, it's just lots of anime titties.
It's a lot of badassery is what it is, son. Booster, yeah.
So kind of like Kill la Kill.
No.
Kill la Kill's more fancy.
Okay, because that kind of like Kill la Kill also has a whole like sexiness with badassery and stuff.
Hell yeah. Well, yeah, but the animation in High School DxD is far superior, and also Kill la Kill, I didn't like it that much just because of the art style. To be completely honest, I don't like that abstract crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I've seen it done right, but
so like you don't like One Piece thing because One Piece also is kind of a weird style.
It is, but it's like an extremely old school style. I do like One Piece, but I don't like One Piece in my shonen anime as much as I do like stuff like say Bleach or Naruto. You know what I'm saying? One Piece is good, but it is a bit ridiculous. But I don't like One Piece as much.
So are you fine with like the animes with the very generic art style? Because I know some animes tend to have like a very common art style that you'll see in a whole bunch of shows. If you notice that.
Well, no, I mean, one of my favorite animes of all time was like the 1998 series Berserk, and that art is not that great. I mean, they use still frames a lot, you know what I'm saying, and it's actually very plain and kind of pale.
Yeah.
To a lot of stuff, but the storyline is really what captures me in a good anime. And High School DxD has a fantabulous fucking storyline. It is so good.
Okay.
And because like okay,
because it seems like a lot of people tend to be attracted to them, like the unique looking animes, like the animes with the very like unique style to it, because like the manga artist kind of has its own specific style.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, don't get me wrong. Art, it's definitely the eye of the beholder. You know what I'm saying? Or what is that, beauty or whatever?
Well, yeah.
But
yeah,
go for it. My bad, dude.
Oh, no, it's fine. I guess what I was saying was that to clarify was it's like how like Akira Toriyama has a very specific style that like everyone's gonna recognize.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Video games, because that's the reason why like Dragon Quest and like Chrono Trigger all have like Dragon Ball Z styles.
Very much so. Yeah, you can look at the characters. You like that. I mean, the girl with the crossbow. I forgot her name, but she definitely looks like Bulma. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Princess Arya, I think. Yeah, is her name.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Also, I think Akira Toriyama does a really great job drawing monsters.
I agree. I think so, especially dragons and stuff like that. He's got his own dragon style. You know what I'm saying? When he is drawing a dragon, you like, yeah, you can see the big jaw.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
What would you thought if Akira Toriyama is the one who like developed Pokemon? So he did all the designs for like the characters in the Pokemon.
I can totally see it, especially like Blastoise. You know what I'm saying? That's like you're like, all right, wow. You can definitely. You know what I'm saying, be like, that is definitely in his wheelhouse.
Yeah, and then he could give like Pokemon like Super Saiyan like transformations or something like that.
Hell yeah.
So like Evolve is like a transformation that is temporary, like a Super Saiyan and stuff that they can revert back.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, you can't though in Pokemon, right? Like as soon as they evolve, they're stuck in that.
They're stuck, yeah. But like imagine if like in Akira Toriyama's Pokemon, it's like, oh yeah, a Pikachu becomes a Raichu, but then he reverts back to a Pikachu when he powers down.
Hell yeah. That would be crazy. You know what I'm saying? Or it would be pretty cool, like in battle wise, if you had to like, if he had like a separate bar, like an evolution bar in Pokemon, you'd be like, all right, that way it would be per match. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he broke through this level. Now he can like upgrade to such and such.
Well, funny enough is like for like the longest time, I always wanted to like do like a DBZ like a DBZ version of Pokemon, basically where it like has all the sound effects and the action and the destruction and kind of maturity of DBZ, but it uses Pokemon characters.
Hell yeah. No, that sounds good. That sounds a lot like Digimon though, doesn't it? Because don't they revert back?
I think like I never watched Digimon, but I think you're right. Yeah, because I also said like if you look at it, like with especially with like Naruto, like I feel like Naruto, like Pokemon and Naruto, that would work pretty well together because you know they're kind of you could see like the two series kind of intermixing if they were to use like the similar styles.
Hell yeah, I think Bleach and Naruto have a lot in common when it comes to that. But I like a lot of shonen does. You know what I'm saying?
I kind of feel like with Bleach, it's just kind of the fan bases have a huge rivalry, or at least used to have a huge feud years ago.
I was a fan of both, so I mean, but then again, I like Marvel and DC, so I'm not on a side. You know?
Yeah, you're a heretic.
There you go. I'm always a centralist. I don't know what the fuck. Yeah. Crazy radical centrists.
I don't know the way Marvel's
so
going.
How about you, Florence?
Oh yeah, what I was gonna say earlier was that yeah, they do revert back the Digimon.
They do? Oh, right on, Florence, my bad. And sorry if I talk a lot, guys. Just tell me to shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? I apologize.
No, it's fine.
But I was just gonna comment that the way Marvel's going, they're gonna end up pushing everybody over to DC. Given enough time.
Let's hope not everyone.
Well, I used to have like 10 polls. Now I'm down to 5.
Yeah, but I don't DC as a DC fan, I don't want Mark Waid or Dan Slott coming back or going to DC.
I agree. If they would even let them. I don't know. It's interesting.
Well, Mark Waid is not going to go to DC as long as Dan Didio's there. So Dan Didio's like my personal hero right now.
Oh yeah,
and Dan Slott, I'm not sure. I don't think they would hire Dan Slott.
Too much. It seems like there's a completely different culture between the two companies, or they just have an internet ethics committee or something where they just tell their employees not to act like douchebags.
Well, right now it seems like DC has more like affirmative editors compared to Marvel. Like the editors will put their foot down and tell them what to do, I think.
Yes and no. I mean, they do still have their social justice-y books. Like fucking the Wonder Woman book. I haven't read anything recently on her specifically because of how shitty were in her fucking books and some of the fucking bullshit that they put in there. Like when
despite the books, are they online telling the fans they're all garbage and this and that. You know what I mean?
No, I agree with you on that.
Not really. Yeah.
You're right. You're right about that. But at the same time, you can still see bullshit in the comics. You know what I'm saying? But you're 100% right. They're not fucking around on Twitter and shit.
Yeah, I mean, I guess also with someone like Wonder Woman, I mean, it's kind of to be expected, which is why I don't really tend to read Wonder Woman, because the character's kind of been set up that way because our creator was kind of pretty much an SJW.
Well, the creator was he was a closet, well, not necessarily a closet freak. He was all about some BDSM. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, but he also supported matriarchy and thought like women told the truth more and stuff, and that the future was going to be ruled by women. So yeah, he was one of those guys.
Hell yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I actually have this Marvel this kind of preview book of Marvel, and I actually got to read I don't know if it was the first 2 pages of Mark Waid's run on Captain America, but I know that some people kind of have like a little bit of a because right here, what I kind of noticed was that like the little kid, he's like saying how much he wants his dad, because he's all like, I think he's kind of like freaking out, saying that he wants his dad, and then Captain America, I don't know, I just like I don't know, I thought it was weird because like instead of consoling him, I think like is it weird to kind of like I don't know, maybe it's just me.
And so, sorry about that. I think you were cutting out here and there. Your camera was definitely freezing up a little bit. Instead of consoling him, what was Captain America doing?
I don't know, because I feel like I'd have to show you guys, but right here, this is kind of like trying to console these 2 kids, and I don't know. I mean, I hear some people kind of have like a problem with these 2 panels right here where Captain America's with the kids. I don't know. Like, does it seem kind of weird to you guys? Because I don't really know.
Well, I can't see anything in that panel via the video.
Never mind.
Sorry.
No. As far as that book, what I've seen with a lot of people having problems with it is more on like the generic white supremacist bad guys that seem to show up in like almost every fucking like the damn the super Christian like far religious right like purifier shit that was in fucking you know what I'm saying?
Silver Sable, the Wild Pack was so cringy.
I didn't read that either.
This was Marvel?
Yeah, it was they weren't Nazis, they were the new Nazis. What the fuck are they called? Neo-Nazis.
Oh, you mean the Cobra?
Yes.
Are they called Cobra or something?
No, they were neo-Nazis. And they were literally called neo-Nazis in the book. But it's like, can they just stop? Can't they just pick a generic villain without, bringing all the identity politics into it?
I know. It's like, it's like people get so offended when like we can't use like Muslim terrorists as bad guys in stories, despite the fact that they do exist and they kill people and they're just as evil as Nazis, because it's going to offend someone or it's going to promote hatred and stuff. And then, we also can't, you can't have like say someone who's like potentially like an illegal immigrant be a villain. Otherwise that's going to be like look bad on immigrants.
Oh, exactly right. And that brings us full circle back to what I was saying about the that Wonder Woman comic book for DC. Like, I remember this is one of the reasons why I stopped fucking reading this shit to start with. There was an immigrant camp set up somewhere in fucking Europe, and they set fire to the fucking the whole little tents that they have out there. and this one Muslim girl is about to get raped, and so you know what I'm saying. Everybody who's got any
who's she gonna get raped by?
This skint-headed white dude with like blonde hair.
Seriously, she was gonna get raped by a white guy
in a Muslim camp. No shit. So but
oh, I know. I was saying, but are these idiots even aware that when it comes to these rapes in Muslim camps, it's almost always other immigrant men?
Correct. And don't get me wrong, most of these Muslim camps don't even have that large a percentage of children and women in them to start with. You get radicalized.
It's too dangerous. Oh yeah, it's also too dangerous because like they like will rape any type of person and stuff. Yeah.
Exactly right. But I mean, it's like it's a fucking trope by now. You know what I'm saying? Not the damn sure not trying to quote Anita Sarkeesian's fucking ridiculous femtarded ass, but that's kind of stupid.
Yeah. tropes versus white men.
There you go. I like it.
Yeah, that should be a new series.
But no, like getting back to what you were saying, I can see what you mean, Florence, like with that panel, because it seems like in almost every Marvel book now, that are being saved or whatnot, they always try to make any male character like the effeminate weakling motherfucker, and like whichever female characters who are getting saved somehow or another, like the hero type, you know what I'm saying, or strong and or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Cool under pressure. I mean, anytime you're in a crisis situation, and I mean, this is fact. Like, you will never see a fucking super feminist in a fucking house fire. Fuck no. Or on a sinking ship, women and children first, that type of shit. You don't see them then when there's an actual fucking crisis going on. They're like, fuck that, you saved me, or I'm gonna hide behind you type shit. You know
women definitely panic. If people think that women don't panic, then that's just plain stupid.
Well, it's definitely a evolutionary mechanism, really. I mean, if you look, like especially the evolution of Cro-Magnon, or you know what I'm saying, like anything like that. Modern men are smaller because they have better long distance eyesight, so they can sense danger and get the fuck away. They can crawl into smaller spaces. They can do whatever, and the males are generally much larger to deal with whatever threat. You know what I'm saying? And this happens in almost the mammalian species. Like it's ridiculous. That's retarded.
Yeah, because a couple exceptions, hyenas, and the monkey species too. But yeah, 100%.
Well, you're talking about the bonobos, and you're talking about the great apes.
Yes.
And the only reason bonobos do that is because bonobos, in their little isolated spot where they are, is they don't have any natural predators. That's the only reason why they can have like a matriarchal society versus like a patriarchal society. Every other great ape species is like patriarchal because they actually have to deal with like dangers and whatnot. So you kind of need to have that type of situation set up to where you've got masculine protectors or whatnot. Bonobos are the only exception, and the only reason is because they're isolated and they have no natural threats around them. So they can be hippies, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, because like it seems like feminists also kind of wish we were like dinosaurs, because I think with dinosaurs, they like the females tend to grow bigger than the males.
It depends on the species. Are you talking about like the? Are you talking about the T-Rex?
Like I think like the predatory dinosaurs tend to grow bigger. Yeah, like the theropods.
Yeah. Well, it depends on which species you're talking about, because
because I know the T-Rex states that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, the T-Rex, yes, but then again, you're talking about very small social groups of T-Rexes going around, so it would make sense for the larger, since you're not going to have like a group's strength. You know what I'm saying? Along. Yeah. But if you turn around and you look at something like raptors, who are like bird of preys, you know what I'm saying, like the predecessor to that, then I would have to say no. And also, a lot of stuff with the Tyrannosaurus Rex and whatnot. Like, their closest living relative right now are fucking chickens. And I live on a farm.
Look at a chicken.
Yeah.
Completely different, though. Because, like, obviously they have to protect a nest. Humans or mammals, for that matter, sorry, don't have to protect a nest necessarily where they have eggs. And it's different biology right from the ground up.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, it's funny. Speaking of like Tyrannosaurus Rex and stuff, it's like I just recently found out that there's an entire entire lore videos to Jurassic Park. Like, apparently that Tyrannosaurus Rex in the first movie is actually a popular character, and she appeared in Jurassic World, was appearing in the sequel now.
In Jurassic World? Is that like
her name's Rexy. Apparently she was the Tyrannosaurus that appeared at the end of the first movie. And then she appears in Jurassic World to kill the final monster boss.
Didn't they explain in the books that they actually had like this the thing that was keeping the dinosaurs alive, that it wouldn't really keep them alive unless they had like a food supply or kind of like foods
with the insulin? Yeah, exactly. They were insulin deficient.
Yeah, they're lysine deficient. Well, I think it was confirmed that because there were plants on the island that give natural, of that chemical that they need. So when the predators would eat their prey animals, they would get the lysine that they needed because the prey animals ate what they needed. It's kind of like that. It was like the whole life found a way.
Hell yeah! But also in the books, there was two T-Rexes that they had bred. You know what I'm saying? There was the big one, and then there was a younger one as well.
Yeah, but anyway, it's just like so apparently this dinosaur is a female T-Rex named like Rexy, as that was like the character in the book like called her that, and fans kind of use that name as a nickname for her, even though she's not really named in the movies. So she's kind of like considered like the mascot of Jurassic Park because she's like the iconic T-Rex.
Is this in Jurassic World, the book? I mean, or is this all fanfic?
It's the character. The dinosaur is called that in the book by like one of the human characters as like, I'm not sure if it's an insult or just a nickname he comes up with the dinosaur. And then fans kind of like caught on with it, and people are speculating like, what's going to happen to her in the second Jurassic World movie because she appeared in the first one.
Well, to be completely honest, that T-Rex got its ass beat by the Indominus Rex in the movie, and the Mosasaur is what really saved them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. Well, it's just kind of interesting because, like, according to the lore, she's like, it's been 25 years since the first Jurassic Park movie. Like, in the actual world itself, it's been 25 years, meaning people wondering how old she is. Like, she's getting older, and she's all, like, scarred up.
Oh, yeah.
Because, T-Rexes kind of live young and die fast or something like that. Or live fast and die young.
Oh, yeah.
Because they would get into lots of fights or something like that, so they ended up dying quickly.
Oh, yeah, but back then, like a broken foot, if we're actually talking about the Cretaceous period, I mean, a broken foot would be able to kill you. An infection, you know what I'm saying? All sorts of shit would not necessarily be good for any animal.
Oh, you talking about Big Al? The Allosaurus, who basically died of infection.
Oh yeah. If we're thinking about the same Discovery Channel special, probably.
Yeah. Or maybe it was BBC, but it was like Walking with Dinosaurs feature Allosaurus. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I saw that.
I don't care what anyone says. Dinosaurs are still scaled, in my opinion. Screw the new discoveries.
Oh yeah. Well, don't get me wrong.
They're also saying that they may not have roared even, which is to me is heresy.
Well, technically, feathers are just highly evolved scales to start with. If you look at a chicken egg, or any other type of bird egg while it's inside of its embryonic state, infrared, like whenever you see their feathers start to develop, they develop as scales first. And then the scales themselves turn into feathers. So
okay.
Trying to nerd out on y'all. I just know quite a bit about this because I wanted to be a paleontologist for the longest time.
Oh yeah, I wanted to be a paleontologist too when I was a kid. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I always like raptors but as time keeps going along, it's like all these new discoveries kind of make dinosaurs kind of less and less cool, like they used to be. Like now they're saying raptors weren't pack animals as people thought.
Well, probably small packs, you know what I'm saying, but not like super packs. But Deinonychus is a really good argument for that, because Deinonychus was fucking huge, and it's like one of the largest raptor families that there are. Had a large pack of Deinonychus. They would just kill the fucking shit out of whatever they came across. It'd be like a fucking a walking buzzsaw of terror.
Oh yeah, it's kind of like how because like how in Jurassic Park people complained saying that those weren't actual velociraptors; those were more like Deinonychus.
They looked more like them, exactly, but Deinonychus was even bigger than that. Yeah. So it's more like an in-between raptor in that, because raptors are only about 3 feet tall, 6 feet long. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think the reason why I did that is because most people, I think, knew about velociraptors more than I think Deinonychus.
Well, I think people, actual paleontologists, I think, paid a lot more attention to Deinonychus, so they had a more familiar look. But the name raptor just sounds badass, is probably why they went with velociraptor. I mean, I don't know anything. I have no facts to back that up. That's just
you can't merchandise Deinonychus.
Then you have Dr. Alan Grant basically giving that kid the speech about like how raptors are going to kill you and stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah, exactly. That's some badass shit. And don't get me wrong, I love that movie. What were you saying, Ricardo? I apologize.
Oh, I was gonna say you can't really merchandise Deinonychus.
Yeah, that's true.
Whatever it was. Raptor sounds a lot better.
Yeah. But yeah, the great thing about what I love about Jurassic Park was how it was like the first movie to basically show like dinosaurs off in like a very almost realistic way. Because before then, most dinosaur movies were either stop motion animated or it was a guy in a big suit and stuff.
Very true.
Yeah, but with this, it was like they looked like they were actually there, and then that scene. My favorite scenes in a movie is that scene where he basically is like staring off screen and staring at something you can't see on the screen and stuff, and then you see a brachiosaurus walk by and stuff. Yeah.
Hell yeah. No, dude, when I first saw Jurassic Park, man, that blew my fucking mind. I loved it so much.
Yeah. Yeah, my parents didn't. Oh, what?
Oh, nothing. Go for it.
Oh, I was saying my parents would let me watch PG-13 movies until I was like 11 or 12, and that was like the first PG-13 movie I was going to watch when I became of age.
Nice. That is
because
awesome.
I was like, I was obsessed with dinosaurs, so I was dying to watch Jurassic Park.
Hell yeah. I imagine. I felt the same way.
Yeah. But, yeah, so, I mean, I guess I need to still watch Jurassic World, actually, now that I've seen some of these lore videos that people have been doing on YouTube, so I'm going to watch that, and I'm going to probably go watch the sequel.
To Jurassic World?
Yeah, there's going to be a sequel.
Oh, wow.
It's called, like, The Fallen Kingdom or something like that, so some people are expecting that a lot of the dinosaurs are going to die or something.
Yeah, I can see that. I remember reading the books by Crichton, which I enjoyed. Hell, I like the book Congo. I thought that was pretty good, even though the movie kind of fell flat a little bit for me. You know what I'm saying? But anytime that you go from a book to a movie, there's a lot that's going to get lost in translation. Like, I thought it was a really interesting scene with Dr. Grant in the book, how he had to have a showdown with one of the raptors in the control room, and how he used its instincts against it. You know what I'm saying? Because with like the poisoned unfertilized egg or whatnot. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot that gets lost in translation going through there. But I've got the same problem with comic book movies. Like, I can pick apart Spider-Man's like my favorite fucking comic book character, but like when I've watched the original Spider-Man movie that came out, what was that? Raimi Spider-Man.
Raimi.
Yeah, I hated. I despised the organic webbing. I was like, what the fuck? And I know why they did it is because I don't know if you remember the comic book series. It was part of like the New Avengers books back in the early 2000s, or maybe it was 2000, but where Spider-Man gets is basically killed by the I can't remember his name, some kind of fucking Eternal. He gets his ass beat, and then he like breaks through his cocoon or whatnot after he comes up, and then he's got organic webbing, and his spider suit or his spider powers are way off the charts and mess like that. And Tony Stark has to make a suit for him to try to keep his shit in check. That was the first time you see like the Iron Spider suit. But yeah, but that was back when like I don't know, I guess Marvel was like back then because fuck, they brought all like the top characters onto the Avengers at that point. Spider-Man was there, Wolverine was there. They put Luke Cage on the team. Like damn, but yeah, but I hated that, but I had to overlook it. Still though, I like Spider-Man 2. The movie is still probably my favorite superhero movie ever, just because of that badass train scene.
Oh yeah, yeah. I pretty enjoyed that. I don't know. I kind of grew up, I guess, on those movies, so I didn't really know that Spider-Man used a web shooter at the time. So I thought, oh, okay, he gets his like, natural webbing, which I thought was kind of cool. So I learned they used the web shooter. I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I had
I don't know. It seems kind of less. For me, it seemed a little more improbable to use have web shooters there, him to design it, because it's like, well, I know he's smart, but that feels like that's a little too smart.
It's the science.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a really big fan of Spider-Man just because I kind of thought that, him being super poor despite all of his powers and his smarts was kind of stupid. Yeah, that's one of the things I like about Superman is that, I like how he basically, he has his life together, and it's kind of, I think the writers realize that, he's definitely gonna be pretty good, doing good for himself because he has the powers to do it.
Well, to be completely honest, Spider-Man kind of did have his life together until they fucked up his relationship with Mary Jane. Shit.
Oh yeah, it's just everyone keeps talking about how all those issues where Spider-Man had trouble paying rent, which I thought was pretty stupid because I feel like with his powers he can get photographic shots that no one else could basically do because of his incredible wall climbing skills. So especially in today's world, he would be making like thousands, if not millions, of dollars off of his photography thanks to online.
Not to mention the fact if he's smart enough to come up with some web concoction, he could probably.
He should be a scientist,
work in a chemical lab or something.
Yeah, to me, him having trouble paying his rent, I think is just really stupid. Like when I write, because I like to write superhero stories, and when I write a superhero story, if they have a good set of powers, they're never going to be poor. That's just my one policy. If a superhero is poor, he has a very either almost non-existent set of powers, or he has no powers at all.
Hell yeah.
Because that just to me, it seems like it's bad writing. If you think that a character with that type of power is going to have problems paying rent, I think that's just it's kind of dumb.
Unless it's a Kwanzaa book.
Oh yeah, black, or I call the Black Mein Kampf.
I was just watching comics video.
I can't believe his name's Kwanzaa. That's just so cringy, Kwanzaa, because that's an African American holiday. It's like some people are just so insecure.
Or is that his?
No. I don't think it is. I think his name's Intufu or something. Intutu.
What?
It's something
doesn't
stupid.
He live in the fucking suburbs or some shit? His name's probably John or some shit.
Yeah, I was about to say something like.
Wait, is he even black or is he white? Because I think just some guy mentioned that he lives in the suburbs, but is he even black?
He's probably black, but okay. I imagine the SJWs would roast him for that.
Okay, then again, unless he's Sean King.
Yeah, Sean King, excuse me, exactly.
Yeah, Talcum X, is that what they call him? But yeah, it's just I guess oh what?
Oh my bad. I thought Florence was saying something. I apologize. I didn't mean to stop you.
No.
Oh, it's just it's just I don't know. Just Kwanzaa's just so insecure and stuff where it's you have to write these these very black nationalist books that are basically trying to feed your victim complex.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah, it's only black people get superpowers and stuff.
I know that on Twitter the other day, I think it was it was Halloween. I forgot what his name was. I think it was Tariq Nasheed. But
Tariq,
yeah. I don't know if you've seen it, but it was like a tweet that he made on Halloween where he was just kind of like, oh, this is the day where, you know, white people can wear blackface, and it's like Happy Halloween, and like a sarcastic, like snide comment, like just snide Happy Halloween. And it's like no white person wears blackface anymore. No, like, you know, like, I mean, anyone who believes that, in my eyes, honestly, anyone who believes that white people still wear blackface nowadays is just they've got to be like completely, just completely. What's the word?
Oblivious.
Well,
I was going to say they probably do it for satirical reasons.
I don't know, because I mean, I don't know.
Like, I'll be honest with you.
I'd probably do blackface just to trigger a bunch of SJWs.
That's
even
exactly.
Though I know it's completely ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't do it seriously, but like just for the triggering effect.
I actually, when I changed my YouTube name again, because I'm kind of like the shitlord with 1,000 faces. I plan to like basically pretend to be like an African guy where I'm going to paint myself even darker because I'm kind of lighter skinned. So I'm gonna do blackface and put on an African accent.
Oh, dude, that's so funny.
Oh yeah,
I totally agree with you though, Ricardo. I wouldn't do it just to piss people off. I mean, I haven't, but I would.
Wait, did you guys see that whole like retardedness where like Black Lives Matter or whoever it was complaining about like GIFs using black people?
Oh, digital blackface.
Yeah, digital
black. I know, it's like, well, see, when you think about it, I thought about it. I was like, you know, black people make very good GIFs, actually.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they do.
Yeah.
The press.
I know my favorite. Yeah, my favorite GIF right now is like that. Those three African guys, where it's like, now comes the part where we pull our heads back in laughter. Ready, and they laugh.
Hell yeah.
That's my favorite because when someone says something stupid, I always like responding with that.
Hell yeah. No, I mean, I remember whenever I heard that, I immediately went and like just got a whole shitload of like GIFs and memes of black people just to say go fuck yourself. You know what I'm saying? But I'm that guy.
Yeah.
I'm an asshole like that.
Yeah, I wish I wish people would stop calling like skinheads Nazis, because they don't look like actual Nazis. Actual Nazis are very clean, well-shaven, refined people and stuff. Whereas, skinheads, Germans, whereas skinheads look like ex-convicts, drug dealers, someone who you want to avoid. Who's gonna stab you in a parking lot?
Well, what's the deal, anyways? It's like, did Nazis even care about genociding black people at all? Am I crazy? Wasn't it just like the Poles and the Jews?
I think what they were planning to do with blacks was I guess they probably just wanted them to stay in like their own countries or something like that. I'm not sure what their plans were.
Yeah.
All I know is that what they were going to they were going to genocide Jews. And they were going to turn the Slavs into like a slave population and kind of do to them what they did to Native Americans.
That's kind of crazy. Damn. But
yeah,
no, okay.
But that's what they're playing for Slavs,
thing though, that's the most ridiculous shit I've ever heard. For a couple reasons. Number one, it depends on what your job is. Like, I work in private security, so I have to keep my head fucking relatively short, just in case I do get into a physical altercation with somebody. They can't just grab my fucking hair and like jerk my ass around. You know what I'm saying? So, same deal. If like you're into MMA or whatever, if you're a professional fighter, you do that. If you're in police enforcement, you know what I'm saying? Like there's reasons that have that. Or if you work in factories and you don't want to get your long hair caught up in some fucking machinery and die, or get your fucking scalp ripped off. There's tons of reasons to have short hair.
Or you're just bald.
There you go. Exactly. You want that Bruce Willis look, man. And you want that sexy Bruce Willis look.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. I just think it's kind of funny that they're calling these like, people that are not like refined and well dressed Nazis. When it's like the actual Nazis are very smartly dressed and cultured.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I guess back on the subject of anime and stuff. I know in a previous stream we kind of touched upon it a bit, but yeah, I really like to talk about like soundtracks in anime because I feel like that's like one of the most important aspects of an anime that I enjoy.
Do you listen to a lot of Hiroyuki Sawano? I think that's his name.
I'm not familiar with artists, but I know as I've been recently been listening to a lot of Naruto and Hunter x Hunter soundtracks.
Great soundtrack is from the new Nier game. If you guys want to check some of that out.
All very good choices. Yeah, dude, I play a lot of World of Warcraft, and I'll just turn like the sound off, especially the music in World of Warcraft. Not that they don't have good music, but do some like 1 hour or 5 hour long epic, awesome anime music. Jesus, there's so many good soundtracks. Bleach has some of the most amazing music in it. I also
really?
like, oh dude, yeah, look up Never Meant to Belong is one of the best sad songs you'll ever fucking hear. It's just beautiful. Violin, piano music. God, there's like so much good shit from fuck. Sorry. I'll look it up right now, as a matter of fact. I'll tell you some great anime music.
See, I unfortunately skip all the start and ends of all the animes, so I miss all the intro and outro music.
I don't know. I really love Naruto's intros and outros because I know there's a lot of people who think like Naruto had some of the best, but yeah, Naruto's soundtrack was amazing.
It is, and it's got some of the best battle music too. It's really good music.
What I like about it is that it switches between upbeat and happy to somber and sad, and they also have some like some hip hop or rap mixers into it as well. So it's like a pretty diverse like soundtrack.
Oh, hell yeah! Samurai Champloo or whatever.
Oh. Yeah, that was some good shit. I like that.
Not Jubies or something like that. That guy was awesome.
Oh yeah, I also just absolutely love what's his name who does Hayao Miyazaki films. What's the guy who does the composer? He's super legendary. Let me look it up because I should know his name because everyone seems to know his name because like he's like a hugely popular art. I think it's it's Joe Hayasashi.
On my screen share, I got up that album. You guys might want to check it out. It's really dope.
Okay.
Yeah, let's see it.
Yeah, it's called Feather, right?
That's just the first song. It's Modal Soul. That's the guy that did Samurai Champloo.
Oh yeah, no, I know exactly what you're talking about. That's some great music.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I also absolutely love the Dragon Ball Z soundtrack by Bruce Falconer when they dubbed it in English.
Dragon Ball Z did have some pretty decent music. I think that's better battle music than really emotional music.
Yeah, it is, but I don't know because the series has so many fights in it. I think it worked, and I also just loved how he would kind of guitar strokes, the whole rock and roll kind of music while the battle's going on, and he did such an excellent job of like setting the mood for the battle, especially like that battle against Frieza. It just seems so perfect how it mixes with the fact that the planet is falling apart and that they're about to have their like last and final battle against each other.
Oh yeah, it sets the mood. I love that. Also check out from Code Geass, Matter Sky. If you've never heard that, that is fucking beautiful.
I think that anime is on my list of things to do.
Yeah, but it's like with the
Code Geass. I'm not going to spoil it. It's
you mean Code Geass?
Yeah, my bad.
Oh yeah, is that the one where that's the one where like what is it like? It's an alternate reality where like what Britain is different, like Britannia.
Yeah, there you go, and it's got a lot to do with politics and world. It's very Gundam-esque.
Yeah. So It's like politics but done right, right? Is that what we're here?
It is, but then again, in a lot of Gundam, I think that's politics done right as well, depending on which series.
I don't know. Isn't Gundam kind of preachy, where like it's kind of all about no war or something like that?
That depends on which Gundam you're talking about. The one with no war and shit like that, I think you're talking. Well, that could be a couple Gundams, but Gundam Seed is definitely turns into that. But you see why? Because in the first half of Gundam Seed, like your main character is just fucking murking motherfuckers, and then he realizes, Jesus, I've been killing so many people, so force for that. But Gundam Seed's still fucking fantastic. You know what I'm saying? It's a really good look, and I kind of like the way they mix the CG with animation.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I just can't do mech anime. It just I don't know. It just doesn't interest me.
Oh man, I love mech anime. God, I love it.
I know a lot of people love it, but it's just for me, it's like I don't know. I prefer like the fantasies or sci-fi if there's like superpowers and stuff. I like that stuff, like the human characters.
Hell yeah. Sword Art.
Oh, yeah. Oh, what were you saying?
Oh, my bad. Sword Art Online has some really good music as well. Throughout all of the seasons, I guess. I really hated the fucking 4th season.
Okay.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like emotional shit. I like watching stuff that kind of hits you right in the. Oh god, like the 4th season was shitty when they brought in like the AIDS girl and mess like that. It's like they were trying to pull out your heartstrings. You're just like, look, I'm sick of it. I'm
wait, a girl with AIDS?
Yes, that was in the 4th season.
Seen that.
Wait, yeah, but isn't that like? But like, it's almost not. But isn't like super hard for girls to get AIDS? Like, it's almost always guys.
Not at all. I don't think. I think anything blood related or fluid related.
Yeah, I've actually seen all the seasons, so I'm kind of caught up with you on that.
Hell yeah.
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 But I guess like a lot of the music that I kind of listen to is from Hiroyuki Sawano. I'm kind of surprised you guys don't know him because he's done a lot of work like on Mobile Suit Gundam, Unicorn, Xenoblade Chronicles X. He's done Blue Exorcist, Guilty Crown, Attack on Titan, Kill la Kill, Seraph of the End. He's done a shit ton of stuff. So.
Hell yeah. The Log Horizon I thought was great too as far as music. In Excel World.
Yeah.
Fate Zero.
Well, yeah. Wait, yeah, you guys seen Hunter x Hunter?
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, I've seen
like the original. I mean, like from 1999.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, that's such a great soundtrack. Like the soundtrack to me, it was perfect for setting the mood.
Hell yeah. Oh, I could probably play some of this. I don't want to take over or blast y'all or anything like that. I don't know if you guys have. I mean, would you mind that whatsoever? I'm not trying to overstep.
Oh, what do you want to do?
What, like play a little bit of music for you from some of these anime, like in case you have or have not heard them.
Oh, okay, you can try, yeah.
All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna unplug my my headphone. Well, I'm gonna play it through my speakers. So let me know if there's a fucking echo.
You might be able to screen share it, and it will just stream. I have no idea. Like if you played some music through YouTube or something, or another audio platform online, you could probably do a screen share. I don't know.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's what I am gonna play it through YouTube. It's from a YouTube channel called Pandora Haven. If you guys know who that is.
No, I'll check it out though.
All right, this is Matter Sky, and let me see. See if this doesn't blow up in my face. My bad. Sorry about that.
Okay. I guess, yeah, I guess it kind of did echo through speakers, so it's kind of muffled.
My bad. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But no, there's
guys,
like...
yeah.
Sorry, I'll be back in 15.
Okay.
All right.
But, oh, yeah, so, Gwalt, oh, yeah, because, like, last stream, you were talking about how you didn't like Neo Genesis Evangelion.
Despise it.
Yeah,
Absolutely despise it.
Okay, because I know it's kind of like a holy grail among anime fans, kind of like Dragon Ball Z, Neo Genesis Evangelion, Full Metal Alchemist. You know, those like, yeah.
It's definitely a staple in anime. I'll give it that. And I will give it its props on being influential on like a couple different levels, but storyline can kiss my ass. That anime fucking sucks. It started off great, but it fucking just... Me and Florence have been talking about this before.
Yeah.
But yeah, fuck that anime. Like on a couple different levels. And I don't want to go on a rant here.
I never watched it, so like, yeah, like so like what's wrong with the storyline exactly? Because
well, when you spend so much time on character development... Okay, let me start from the beginning. To start with, the anime didn't start off bad at all. Actually, I enjoyed the first couple of episodes. I thought it was pretty good. But as the anime draws on, you've got this world after First Impact that is so interesting that they don't fucking touch on hardly at all. They don't talk about was in depth at all. They don't show you anything about how the world is reacting outside of what's going on with Shinji, who is the most pitiful, annoying motherfucker in the series, and Asuka, who is the most blatant, bitchy, fucking do nothing bitch I've ever fucking seen in anime. She brags about so goddamn much and does nothing of fucking consequence throughout the movie, except for be like, I don't know, antagonist, I guess, if you want to call it that. I mean, she's so boisterous and she doesn't do anything. She's the most annoying shit ever. But like, here's my deal with the anime. Watch the anime. First time I watched it, and I'm going through. I'm like, all right, well, this is going somewhere, obviously. But they spend so much time on character development. When Rey, the most interesting and most well-developed character in your series, and she is a fucking lifeless doll, you did something wrong. I mean, the whole deal with Neon Genesis Evangelion that kills me is that it has so much potential to actually tell a conclusion to a story or whatnot, and the last 2 fucking episodes will make your mind melt. I mean, if we're talking about the original anime series. I mean, if an anime is so bad that you have to the end of Evangelion to retell the ending, and that's still shitty, then you have to try to reboot the series, and the ending is still shitty. Like the Neo Genesis 2.0 or whatever the fuck was fucking horrible.
Actually, they haven't really ended it yet. There's another movie coming out.
Oh dear Jesus! Like and I mean that because they put so much fucking religious symbolism into it that means nothing. Like they bring up.
Oh, what?
No, go for it. Stop me. I'll just keep talking shit.
Oh, okay. I guess. So, like, what exactly is Evangelion about anyway? Because I'm not familiar with the storyline.
You know what? That's a great fucking question. That is a wonderful question. I wish I could give you an answer because I don't even think the anime knows what the fuck it's about. Like,
okay.
Like,
so, yeah.
Basically, there was this thing called First Impact, where like an angel hit the Earth or some shit like that, and a large percentage of the world fucking just died off. You know what I'm saying? That's bastions of humanity sitting around. But they've built these giant mechs, which are part angel or some shit like that, to help defend the world from these angel attacks that are going around. And also,
like angel attacks, like they're actual angels.
That's what they call them. They look more like grotesque monsters or whatever. But technically, I guess you could call them angels. But that's what they call them, is angels. And the Ava units that they use to fight the angels are supposedly like these monstrosities that are part angel, and also somehow another part. One of Ava Unit 1 is also got like the soul of Shinji's mother in it as well, which is ridiculous. But it's fucking horrible, man. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. There's some really cool shit that happens in that series. Like, there's this one part where they fucking just Shinji's fucking mech goes berserk and rips off this angel's arm and attaches it to itself. You know what I'm saying? And it grows there and it starts eating this angel. There's some really crazy shock value shit in there, but you get like maybe 1 minute's worth of cool shit for like, I don't know, per episode, 18 minutes worth of fucking complete bullshit inner monologue dialogue of Shinji feeling sorry for himself, Asuka being a bitch, other characters in there, which weren't as, I mean, some of the side characters are way more developed than fucking Shinji was, which is kind of ridiculous. But the whole point to having an unlikely hero is to have that hero succeed. But throughout the entire fucking anime, Shinji stays a whiny fucking bitch. You know what I'm saying? He's just horrible. And don't get me wrong, the remake did a little bit better job, like a couple different movies. It's like a movie, or I've seen 2 of them, or like however many of them came out. I think just 2 so far, but it's just bad. And also they have scenes in there, like the director has this scene that's fucking 5 minutes long. And it's fucking Rei going down a fucking elevator. They're just going down a fucking elevator the whole time. Them going down an elevator, no dialogue. Asuka like hiccups, and that's fucking it for 5 fucking minutes. You're like, what in the fuck am I watching? But oh my bad. Go for it, Florence. I'm just talking mad shit.
Oh no, I was just laughing. I was just laughing.
You know what I mean? Like, I know. Florence has seen it.
Is it so? Like, so they use mechs in that anime, or is it something else?
Oh yeah,
they're mechs. But I mean, the mech design looks fantastic. I mean, it's really cool. It was ahead of its time as far as the mech design. But they have these things called umbilical cords, and once the umbilical cord gets fucking chopped off or whatever, if the mech goes too far away, you know what I'm saying? Then they have like 1 minute's worth of fucking power before the mech is just totally fucking useless. So that's a design flaw. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should strap some more battery packs to that motherfucker. You know what I mean? But whole anime, it's almost like if you want to see a storyline that is very sort of similar to that, but done well with a great conclusion, sacrifices actually mean something and shit like that, watch an anime called Razafon. It's worlds better than this other piece of shit. Genesis Evangelion is just horrible. But my whole point is, if your anime is so goddamn bad that you have to remake it 3 fucking times and it is still fucking bad, you have failed. You have failed your job in creating a good anime. Just stop. Just fucking stop. Because I keep getting sucked back into it. I'm like, when the remake happened. Okay, so I watched the the original series, which is Neo Genesis Evangelion. Then you have Death and Rebirth, which is a hack and slash version of the whole fucking series crammed into like an hour and a half with like extra shit added in. I'm sorry, if you're already trying to compress a story and then you want to add in a little bit of other scenes of some extra shit, you're doing it wrong. It's a recap, basically, of like the whole fucking series. Then you have the end of Evangelion, which didn't make any sense. Had like so much fucking religious symbolism fucking thrown into it for no reason, unexplained at all. Of the movie, the end of Evangelion, you have Shinji like looking over Asuka's bed. She's fucking comatose because she just got her ass beat because she's a shit talking do nothing bitch. And he just starts jerking off over Asuka's lifeless fucking body as she's plugged into all these fucking machines, like, and shit. Creepy shit. Don't get me wrong.
Wait, did he literally jerk off?
He jerks off. He literally jerks off. You hear him jerking off. You see the evidence in his hand after fucking the fact.
Isn't this show is this show adult?
No. It doesn't show penetration or cocks or anything like that. They do show like tits or whatever, but like no.
But dicks, they don't show semen, right?
They do show a semen. They show a semen in his hand, glistening in his fucking hand after he gets done. The evidence is there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh crap!
Hear the shit in the fucking background. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But this show obviously is like in America would be on Adult Swim or some like adult channel.
Yeah.
What like?
It'd
be like rated R, right?
Actually, well,
I think it's PG-13.
What?
Yeah.
No, I think that if it were on Adult Swim, it'd probably be rated TV 14. So
okay, so it'd be like a TV MA. So it wouldn't be a TV MA then, like mature.
Maybe it would be, but I'm not sure.
Okay, that seems like, because I feel like that's a pretty hard PG-13.
Yeah, you're telling me. And don't get me wrong, I like my graphic violence. There's plenty of that in there, you know what I'm saying? Some really crazy shit that happens in anime, you know what I'm saying, in anime. There's some cool scenes throughout the anime, but they're so few and far between, it's like almost not even worth fucking watching. I'll link something in our Discord. It's called Anime Abandoned. It's a channel on YouTube. It's fantastic. It's funny as shit. I don't always agree with this dude on a lot of things, but he does a fantastic fucking episode on Neo Genesis Evangelion. And he says everything that I personally thought. When I first saw this shit years ago, comment saying, dude, thank fucking God, I thought I was the only one. I thought I was the only one who thought this was like the greatest piece of shit and the most overrated piece of shit anime I've ever fucking seen. I had a really good friend of mine who was obsessed with it, and me and him would get into wars. And not to mention, there's this fucking group called Sele, right? And Sele, their whole job is to bring on Second Impact, which is like the remaking of the fucking world. Only problem is they're also financing Nerve, which is the guys with the Ava units who are trying to stop the Angels. And in order to bring on Second Impact, the Angels have to win. So counterintuitive for Sele to be financing the group fighting the Angels. So what the fuck are they even doing? And there's like a billion questions I've got about Sele, which is just horrible. But yeah, fuck Neo Genesis Evangelion. That was like one of the worst fucking wastes of time. I mean, if you want to go crazy, look up the last 2 episodes of Neo Genesis Evangelion and just watch it. And I rewatched those episodes like 3 times to try to be like, look, man, I must be missing something. Shit, it's just fucking trash.
Oh, okay, because I have a coworker who said that like with Neo Genesis Evangelion, it's like it like explores the human condition or something like that. I mean, is that true?
It explores the director losing his fucking mind, if that's what you mean by the human condition.
Okay, because I was talking to him about Naruto, how I feel like Naruto, what makes Naruto so appealing is that it studies like human flaws and like the duality of the human contradiction of like people want peace, but they also want to fight in wars because they feel hatred. You know, that cycle of pain, hatred, and war.
Absolutely, I can see that. But at the same token, man, sometimes wars are necessary. You have to defend your territory.
The one thing I didn't like about Naruto is how it went from basically like the Akatsuki organization that was like the main villains of Shippuden. They went from basically wanting to rule the world through basically controlling the economy through war, because they say that in the Naruto world, wars heavily influence the economy, you know? So sometimes the nation has to go into a war to kind of reset it. Otherwise, they go into like a downturn period. So they were going to basically manufacture wars and be like the sole military force, basically becoming a superpower and ruling the world. And they went from that to basically, you know, Uchiha wants to use the moon to put everyone under a gigantic genjutsu like illusion.
To stop all wars, which is fucking completely ridiculous, especially given their original goal. Yeah, I know. I agree.
Jesus, so I'm looking at Naruto here. There's like 40 box sets.
Yes.
Yeah, it went on for a long time.
I've never watched it, to be honest, because I'm like, I ain't getting into this. It's gonna take me fucking 2 years.
It's on Netflix. Like the first series is on Netflix, and I feel like the Chunin exam arc, in my opinion, is like my favorite arc from the series, the entire series as a whole. But yeah, I feel like if you're gonna watch Naruto, like watch the Chunin exam arc, because the Chunin exam arc I think is considered everyone's favorite.
Do you know what episodes it would be by chance? Because I could pick up like a box set for like $10. It's like.
Well, do you have Netflix? It's on Netflix.
I got rid of Netflix.
Oh, you got rid of Netflix?
Mm-hmm. I wasn't watching it. Plus, I'm in Canada, so I have a different Netflix. But you don't know the episodes, I guess, eh?
Let me look it up. Chunin exam arc. It should be easy. It should say the episodes. Let's see.
The Chunin exam is fantastic. That was in the original Naruto series.
Narutopedia.
Yeah, I've seen
Narutopedia's my friend.
I've seen every fucking episode of Naruto, but I was watching them as they came out. Like was like, I think it was called Naruto Get, was a website that whenever it finally aired in Japan, it got translated by amateur subs or whatnot, fan subs, and then came over. But same with Bleach, and Bleach ended in the actual anime because it kind of just leaves off at a cliffhanger, especially when the manga kept going on. But yeah, I've read every issue of Bleach that came on till like fucking that.
I was actually kind of wondering, would you recommend that to me?
What, Bleach?
Yeah.
The manga or the anime? Are we talking about Bleach? I would recommend everybody watching Bleach strictly just for, I mean, not the most badass, but some extremely badass fight scenes. Like, God, they're so awesome. And the music.
It's costing me money here.
Not at all. I can point you to websites where you can watch shit for free.
I'll pick it up. I'll put it in my Amazon wish list.
Bleach is really good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's like another big ass series, isn't it?
Bleach. Not as big as Naruto, and I think Bleach ended like sooner than Naruto.
It did. And the anime especially, but like the anime, it doesn't end on a cliffhanger, but it ends on like an arc, and then the manga continues.
It's interesting you said that, because like I noticed a lot of people tend to hate Bleach. Like it started off good, but then it like kept recycling similar plots.
And so does Dragon Ball. I mean, it's the same formula.
But it's like but since this is after Dragon Ball's been a thing and stuff, you know, it's that whole, when you do it again, it just, people are tired of it because it's already happened before, you know?
Well, the biggest criticism with Bleach is that, when the creator first got it out, started putting it out or whatnot, he was reasonably young. And you can kind of see his system, you know what I'm saying? Because it's not an unlikely hero, but you've got heroes, and then they like the whole arc where he's going into the Soul Society. If you guys have never watched it, then you won't know what I'm talking about. But the Soul Society arc is really fucking badass. You know what I'm saying? It goes through, and then something like, and he's going to like save one of his friends, like the whole Hueco de Mundo arc. And when that happens, like he's going to save one of his friends. You know what I'm saying? But you have like such awesome epic battles going on, multiple battles at a time going on. Like it's just really fucking good. I mean, it's good action anime.
Oh yeah, so I looked it up. Oh yeah, so I looked it up, Ricardo. Basically, episode 20 is the beginning of the Chunin exam arcs in Naruto.
So you might as well start from the beginning.
The sets go from 1 to 26, and then 27 to 52.
Yeah. So you might want to just look for it online, maybe, to save yourself money. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, the Chunin exam arc is definitely a lot of people agree it's probably arguably the best arc in Naruto. Yeah, the one problem I didn't like with Naruto that some people also agree with is that the power scaling goes through the roof with some of these characters, where it becomes like a Dragon Ball Z-esque, you know, who's gonna blow up, use the biggest blast attack to like blow away their opponent.
Not until like towards the end, really.
But that's what made people mad, was that when the Fourth World War arc happens, it's like it gets really crazy. Some of these characters, like especially Naruto and Sasuke, like their power-ups.
Oh, come on now. Madara Uchiha is like so fucking badass that you see some of the greatest fucking devastating shit with him. You're like, oh my god.
But see, I guess the thing that people were upset with, if you look at the first part of the series, of part 1, is that the characters did have interesting powers, but it was kind of like you had to actually outsmart your opponent. It wasn't really like, you know, you're going to blow your opponent away with the bigger chakra attack. It was going to be like, you know, I have this technique, so I have to use it wisely.
Oh yeah, but they still have to do that. They still have to do that throughout, though. Like to be completely honest. But okay, here's my.
I don't know.
You've seen all of Naruto, right? Anime or read manga? Or
I've seen most of it. I didn't see all of the arc. I saw I've seen like highlights and like explanation videos for like what happened in the last arc.
Right on. Like
I followed it all the way up to the beginning of the war.
Cool deal. That's what's up. But no, I mean Naruto is really cool in that it's just a really good story of like the outcast becoming recognized. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Oh, I love that. Yeah, what I like about Naruto is I like the characters. I think the characters, like, you know, Kishimoto is really good at creating new characters. The one complaint I have with Naruto is that he basically creates a lot of really interesting, cool characters, but they're normally the ones that don't get the screen time. Like, I sometimes find myself wanting to know more about these side characters themselves, because he's kind of one of those writers where it's like, yeah,
I really enjoyed Gaara and like Shikamaru. I thought those are some really cool.
Shikamaru was awesome.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite character in the whole. Like, that's the character that I see myself as. You know what I'm saying? I have a lot in common with him, like being like other people don't understand. You know what I'm saying? In your day to day, you're just like these fucking assholes, like, or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Emo? You mean emo?
No, not at all. No.
Yeah, like that's what people hear about Naruto, is that Sasuke is emo, and people complain saying anime basically made emos a thing in pop culture.
No, I disagree.
Okay,
this is my one complaint with the whole Naruto series. I don't like the future past stuff. You know what I'm saying? So you're kind of in feudal Japan, but you've got radio waves, and you can contact one another through like shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
So you're not like a big fan of steampunk then?
Not. I mean, well, it depends. If we're talking a post-apocalyptic shit, yeah, because that kind of makes sense. How you'd have technology from the past. You know what I'm saying? And you're trying to understand it and work with it, but it's like, I mean, I look past it. It's my one critique, one like big critique of the entire series. But it works for some reason. It still fucking works. So I'm not going to talk too much shit. But that's just my one critique.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. I guess see, one of the things I love about Naruto is I really love how like he set up the lore. Like the lore of Naruto is really good, and the techniques in like all different jutsus are also really awesome too. Like it's definitely one of those. It's a series that I think handled creating interesting techniques really well.
Hell yeah. And also they have to work for it. They have to work to do their shit. You know what I'm saying? Some episodes it'll just be like fucking Naruto trying to train a fucking technique, which is really cool because you actually get the benefit of the payoff. You know what I mean?
What I love about Naruto is how basically, his special technique is cloning himself. You know, he shows you how good how versatile a clone technique is.
Yep, exactly. And it's such a simple, well, not necessarily simple, since he got that secret scroll or whatnot. Not trying spoilers, but but damn, but yeah.
But remember his great. Oh, what?
No, go for it. I apologize.
Oh, okay. I was to say is like remember his greatest technique is the Takno Jutsu.
Oh yeah, I love that. or reverse harem jutsu. I love that. When he fucking I can't say it because people haven't seen it, but dude, like
I know what you're talking about,
Yeah, dude, that was the shit. Fucking the look on fucking Sakura's face was priceless. I was like, this is great. She was like, you fucking idiot.
So if you Florence and Ricardo, if you guys don't know what the Takno Jutsu is, the Takno Jutsu is basically Naruto's ability to talk any villain into basically reforming himself and becoming a good guy, or giving up his evil ways.
Yeah, it's great. It's wonderful.
It's like it's a joke technique that people are like, fans are theorizing he can do.
Oh, that's so good.
Let's see. But yeah, like the one thing I also am kind of disappointed in is that they didn't really give any much screen time to the other Jinchuriki, who were basically had the tailed beasts sealed within them.
Hell yeah. And a lot of
like Kishimoto gave them their designs and stuff. Yeah,
exactly. But then again,
because like what is it like? Okay, they like the Four Tails was basically his name was Son Goku, and his host was basically a guy named Roshi, an old guy.
Yeah, isn't that funny? You know what I'm saying?
Yes. And the guy does lava techniques. He like manipulates lava.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Lord, I just found on Amazon Samurai Jack, the complete series on Blu-ray.
Oh, it's coming back, right? It's like gonna be on Adult Swim. It's gonna be all violent stuff.
Yeah, they're already making a rebooted series, but the original one was awesome.
I remember Samurai Jack. Yeah, grew up Samurai Jack, Powerpuff Girls. Love Codenames Kids Next Door.
I liked Dexter's Lab. I'll be honest.
Oh yeah, I love Dexter's Lab. That was good. Yeah, you see the episode where like he goes to Japan and him and his family form that giant mech to take out that giant monster.
Yes. Yeah. Speaking of Kaiju.
Kaiju. Yeah. But you guys seen Codename Kids Next Door, right?
No.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple episodes. I was a little older. I think I'm a little older than a couple of y'all.
Yeah. I mean, I watched it before I became a teenager, and that show kind of made me not want to become a teenager because they get their memory wiped. So Ricardo, Codename Kids Next Door is like a cartoon that about this agency of kids that basically fights against adults that want to. But
hold on a second. I think I'll be right back, guys. My cousin just showed up at my house, and I hear the pitter patter of little feet running around in my house. I gotta go check something out.
Oh, sure,
lock your door.
Yeah, I know, right? No, they've got a key just in case. But yeah, I'll be back.
Okay. But yeah, it's just each villain of the series is essentially like based off like childhood fears. Kind of like, there's like a dentist villain, there's like destructive parents, a guy who likes to spank kids. He's like a vampire, like something weird.
Oh, I never actually understood all that as a kid.
Like Count Spankula or something like that, yeah.
Oh no! Oh no! It's just like how all the villains happen to be like, like you said, they're just kind of
aspects of childhood. There's Pirate to Steal Kids Candy, and like their worst villain ever is like a guy called the Father or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was a pretty smart. It was a pretty interesting show. Like I also really loved watching Billy and Mandy. I thought that was really good.
Oh yeah. For me, I guess like the one show that I absolutely loved watching as a kid was Ed and Eddie.
Oh yeah, I remember Ed and Eddie. As a kid, it was kind of like grotesque, but as I got older, I kind of learned to appreciate it a bit more.
Oh yeah, especially for like the humor, like probably the best Canadian cartoon that they've ever made.
I don't know. I really enjoyed Chaotic. If you guys seen that.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Just a few episodes here and there.
Yeah, it's kind of like imagine Yu-Gi-Oh, but you become the creatures to fight and not just create holograms.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
I remember they used to just do that.
Yeah, and then they also have like the music, which is like music and magic put together.
Wait, wait.
In Chaotic, they there's like instead of having like spell cards like in Yu-Gi-Oh, they have something called music, which is like different like songs or hymns effect to it to like affect the player. Yeah.
I gotta get into Chaotic to watch that again.
Yeah, I think the series is on YouTube actually. Someone uploaded it all on YouTube, and I'm pretty sure it hasn't been taken down. I have to check again, but yeah.
Fucking Nerd Rage or Weaponized Nerd Rage was saying there's a bunch of anime on Pornhub apparently too.
You mean hentai?
No, like actual like anime. Like just because you guys got to watch his latest video because he was going on about YouTube this and that, and he's like, "Oh yeah, the last safe haven for creators is gonna be Pornhub because you can just upload whatever you want there, and there's like obviously no censorship."
Yeah, but there's like there's gonna be like viruses. Your like computer's gonna go all effed up going on there.
No, it's all web based. Can't really get a virus from the web unless you download something.
Yeah.
Well,
but then people won't be able to download this video.
I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, are you there, Florence? I saw you mute your microphone. Guess he's busy right now.
So it's just you and me then? Yep. Yeah. Guess I'll have Pornhub talk. You have to take a break.
Oh, what?
Said that Pornhub talk. I guess you have to take a break.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, the idea of Pornhub becoming the bastion for YouTube creators, that does sound pretty funny.
Well, because you must have heard VidMe's going offline on the 15th.
No, what happened with VidMe?
I don't know.
Yeah,
probably don't have enough money to run their servers.
Wait, what?
Even YouTube runs in like a deficit at Google. Like they're not making money off it. So VidMe trying to compete with a company that's losing money is a really.
So like, what did VidMe like start censoring people, or what happened?
No, they sent out. I got an email. They're just VidMe's going offline on the 15th. They're gone.
Oh, VidMe's going offline?
Yeah, like there's no more VidMe.
But wait, because Captain Frugal was talking about VidMe a lot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So obviously, whatever people were trying to do on VidMe, they're gonna have to find a new platform in order to,
Well, I guess you can go to Minds. Their Minds.com is pretty good.
But they have probably like 200 meg video uploads, which is like 5 minutes. Like you can't just you can't just upload, like a 4-hour podcast or something on Minds.
Oh, it's like has to be short.
Yeah, there's definitely caps.
So it's like old school YouTube when you start starting out, where you can only have like 10 minutes.
Yeah, I know there's definitely limitations on mine.
Okay, because I heard mine is pretty cool because they respect your free speech and stuff.
Yeah, I'm on there. It's like Sargon's there. I think Gab has videos now too, but again, it's like
that's where Gab is pretty good.
So it's not really practical as a replacement for YouTube. But Pornhub, I guess you just upload whatever 500 meg video or whatever. I have no idea really how it works.
Yeah, but the thing is that but then people on Pornhub are going to start getting mad because then you're going to start having like all these non-porn, Pornhub is for porn. It's like, get off my porn site, you idiots.
I don't know. Could just be a little corner of it.
I know, but then if you go on Pornhub, then it's like, but it's kind of like if a kid runs into it, then it's like, I don't know. That's like if parents are going to start like raging, saying,
it's definitely
my kid got on a porn site. Yeah,
it's definitely not practical. It's kind of humorous, but yeah.
Yeah, I think they're going to need to. I think what's going to need to happen is they're just going to need to find another platform. Find another platform. It's basically YouTube, but like is like more open.
It's just the hosting costs are just phenomenal. Like it must cost so much money to stream video and host the content. Like I don't know. And then with the apocalypse, I don't see how somebody's just gonna step up. Like it seems like it's YouTube. You got to play by their rules at this point.
Oh yeah. Well, again, YouTube's basically screwed itself because they they wanted to basically like pick and choose on who basically got monetized, and they kind of hurt their base.
Yeah.
Like they basically were listening to like a small group of people complaining about how they're being offended and how they didn't want their advertisements on extremist videos or something like that.
Yeah. And then you hear the latest thing with YouTube. They got like all these, I don't know, it's called like pedogate or something. There's a bunch of like
I've heard that it's pedophiles. Yeah, there's like all these pedophile videos popping up,
or just like sort of child exploitation, but apparently the comments are from a lot of pedos. It's pretty creepy. Philip DeFranco,
like there's a lot of videos. There's a lot of videos trying to explain. Apparently, people trying to explain to kids about sex, and people are like saying that's like basically grooming kids.
No, but there's like other ones where they're like exploiting them, where they're like kind of like sexualizing kids. Like I don't know, they're in a for example, maybe in a bath or something, or in a bathing suit. Like, and I guess obviously it's not child porn, but I don't know.
Yeah, but it's like but it's like creepers. It's like very creepy and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And YouTube had no problem monetizing that kind of crap, apparently.
Oh, I know. So people are furious at YouTube.
Yeah, it's like Adpocalypse 2.0, I guess.
Yeah, it's just I know. It's like YouTube used to be like because I remember back in the old days of YouTube, back before like the copyright thing came in, where you could like just upload everything onto YouTube. Entire episodes of anime on YouTube because there was no copyright yet.
Good old days.
Yeah, I just said.
Yeah, so like, what did you watch on the early days of YouTube?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I just pretty much only used it for music for the longest time.
Okay.
I had cable for years. I don't know. I recently got rid of my cable maybe 3 years ago. So,
so wait, you don't have Netflix and you don't have cable. So where do you watch your cool shows?
Well, I stream a lot of stuff, or I just buy it. I have like 30 series that I've purchased, anime series that are just like backlogged.
Oh, so So you like collecting like DVDs and stuff?
Yeah, I'll show you. All this kind of crap.
Oh.
So I just gotta work through the backlog. There's tons. I got another closet full of crap too.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, I wait till something's on sale, find a good deal. It's like, I'll pick it up. Like I've had high school DxD probably for 2 years. It's like, oh, just throw it on. Why not?
Yeah, I like collecting DVDs. Like some people like to just like stream like movies and all that stuff, but me, I like actually having like the actual physical copy of a movie to watch.
Oh, it's so much better quality too. I don't know. I find slight buffing issues drive me absolutely crazy. So.
Oh, are you back, Walt?
Yeah, sorry about that. My cousin is stashing Christmas presents in my barn for her kids. So I've got like a little basketball goal and a bunch of other stuff like.
Did you tell her about us?
Oh yeah, I was like, look, I was like, look, I'm kind of doing a stream in here, blah blah blah, and but they wanted to hang out here because my wood burning heater is super warm. I was like, yeah, have fun, sit down. And they're watching Jurassic Park: The Lost World, the second movie in the living room. It's kind of ironic.
That's funny. Yeah, that's a good movie.
Just watching it by chance, or
I don't. It's on. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's on one of those movie channels. I forget which one.
That's hilarious.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, not Jurassic.
Yeah, while you were gone, Walt.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, I was saying, yeah, while you were gone, Walt, we were like, we were talking about like about Cartoon Network shows. We were also talking about like YouTube and how VidMe apparently is going down.
Yeah, that's sad, but I mean, they didn't have any financial backing or enough financial backing, right?
Yeah, I was mentioning how YouTube pretty much runs at a loss as it is. So for somebody to come into this space and pick up or make a new platform is a little unrealistic.
Yeah, because of the expenses.
What they got to do is they got to wait for YouTube to kick off all of us with WrongThink. That way, we can make our own platform when everybody goes over to that platform. Because I think that's exactly the same thing that's going to happen with Twitter and Gab.
Twitter and Gab?
Pretty much. I mean, according to some memo that was put out the 17th of December.
Yeah. Because I think people are going over to that, right?
The Purge. The Nazi Purge.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and then there's like instead don't use Google, do like DuckDuckGo or DuckGo or something.
Yeah, that's what I use. I closed my Gmail. I don't use Google search anymore. I use DuckDuckGo. Okay. I had all my Google services disabled, even Hangouts. I just re-enabled it to do these with you guys. But yeah, I took all my Google's not getting much of my information these days. I stopped using Facebook too. Fuck it.
Oh yeah, I have a Facebook account, but I don't use it really anymore. Just on very rare occasions, because Facebook Facebook is like a cesspool of like far left wingers and stuff. I mean, Twitter has them too, but I feel like Twitter is kind of even right now, where it's kind of like Twitter seems to have more of like a Kekistani movement, whereas like Facebook, there's groups, but they're not really like, they're obviously kind of a minority on Facebook.
I've been banned from Facebook like 5 or 6 times. Never on Twitter.
I've been suspended a couple times.
Suspended. It's just like one little comment, and it's like from 2 months later, they're like, "Yeah, you're banned for this comment." I'm like, I fucking did that. 2016.
The one thing I hate about Twitter is that Twitter, you can basically for like flagging people falsely, like on YouTube and other platforms. So it's like if someone basically false flags you, tries to get you blocked because they got butthurt and stuff, there's no consequences for basically wasting Twitter's time.
Yeah, like we've been pretty good except for Cummings on Twitter though.
Like, yeah, they got Cummings banned, yeah.
Like, I haven't seen anybody get their account taken down except Cummings out of, like,
Sargon got his account taken down.
Oh yeah, and Milo, and there's a couple other people, but
yeah, Barry.
Yeah, but the second thing about that thing is just with Sargon, he's so moderate and stuff that like the fact that they took him down is just like, to me, it's just so ridiculous.
I think I know. Well, it's the same thing that's happening with YouTube, basically. This is my take on it. So, a lot of the quote-unquote verified users on Twitter and a lot of the channels on YouTube are being highly promoted. You know what I'm saying? The far left, progressive, regressive retards, they're really trying to push their shit. The vast majority of people, both on Twitter and on YouTube, are either centrist or a little bit more right-leaning. Well, I wouldn't even say right-leaning. They're just fucking
like conservative, yeah.
Well, they're just anti-SJW.
They're just right of progressive.
Well, I will say there are a lot of conservatives on YouTube, in my personal opinion, because I feel like there's a good amount of conservative channels that get a really great amount of traffic, despite the whole monetization issues.
Exactly, but here's the deal. I think that's why they're trying to purge Twitter. Like, I think that's.
Oh, yeah.
I think.
Like, we have until the 19th. I think we're all going to. I think people were saying we're all going to get taken down on the 19th. Like, apparently December 19th is when they're going to like axe.
Yeah, I think
anyone who they label like a neo-Nazi or something.
Yeah, I heard it was the 17th, but yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure there'll be warnings, like if you post a Pepe or something, you know, it's going to be all kinds of really stupid. I don't know. I'd have to see what the new TOS says.
But at the same time, Facebook is fucking ridiculous. The only time I ever use Facebook is if, like, I meet a girl at the bar and she's like, "Do you have a Facebook?" And I'm like, "Fuck, yes." And I've only ever used it to, like, hook up with girls, honestly. Is the only time I've ever fucking used Facebook.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, no, I know. When I go out with girls, I always tell them I don't use Facebook anymore. It's like, it still pretty works. I prefer, like, just phone numbers, like text and stuff.
Same here. I'm old school. I'm like, look, you don't have a fucking phone, but then again, you gotta like look between the lines or read between the lines, really, because normally when that happens, it's something scandalous. They're either cheating on their boyfriend, husband, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So you're like, oh, you're trying to keep this on the DL. Gotcha. Means they're trashy to start with, but it is what it is. I mean, but as far as the whole population, I completely agree with Ricardo on this one. Like, they're 100%. Whoever's left or right of fucking progressive, it makes up the majority of both Twitter and Facebook. And I think Twitter. Twitter hasn't banned like Richard Spencer, so I feel like Twitter kind of wants the very far right guys to be around, just because it gives them fuel to basically promote their agendas, like as SJWs, to use them as tokens. So I feel like they're going to keep around some of these very extreme, like, white nationalists,
how boring would Twitter be without Trump? Like, what would these people get outraged at? You ever go to one of his tweets and look at the comments? It's so hilarious. It's like these people take up half a day just like spamming Trump, like he's not reading
Dims.
replies.
It's like Dims are blocking my tax plan. The Republicans will do it right and stuff.
Hell yeah.
I know, it's pretty funny. Yeah, it's like, then it's like, you know, oh yeah, like Rocket Man.
I am so glad he's our president. So fucking glad. If for no other reason, for melting snowflakes. Jesus, that is so good to me.
I know, like, people keep calling him like a white supremacist and stuff, and it's like, you know, he's not like a white supremacist. He's just like a total troll.
He's not even really a physical conservative, to be completely honest. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at his policy.
I hear a dog.
Yeah, that's mine. I can't. I'll see what I
can do. What's wrong with the dog?
Oh, somebody's walking in the hallway.
Okay.
But as far as Facebook, yeah, that's a dead platform. The only time I ever use Facebook is if like I meet some chick at a bar and she's like, "Oh, do you have a Facebook account? You can blah blah blah," and that's the only reason I even made a fucking Facebook account. I was like, "Fuck, am I gonna have to do this shit again?" Because I remember when MySpace was a fucking thing when I was in the Navy, and I've actually seen people get in trouble in the fucking Navy for shit that they post on their MySpace account, because we had a crazy fucking XO Master Chief that fucking would stalk people's MySpace account back then. So I was like, yep, fuck that. I'm not gonna go for the whole social media shit ever.
Oh yeah,
especially
like,
if you're in the military.
Oh yeah, people died on MySpace. I remember because like a couple of people committed suicide because there was this whole controversy where it's like, what was it? So some mom, like her daughter was like apparently like bullied or called names on MySpace and stuff. So she basically went after a girl who she thought was the person who did it. So she like harassed her and stuff to the point where she committed suicide. And then it turned out she wasn't the one who said mean things about her daughter or something like that. It was another person.
Yeah.
So basically, she's now like going to jail, or I think she went to jail or something like that because she basically made this girl commit suicide.
I didn't hear about the jail time, but at the same time, people should not take their social media so goddamn seriously.
Like,
I mean, holy
shit.
Yeah,
I think like there was one girl who got beat up, like she either got beaten to death or like almost beaten near to death by like this gang of girls and stuff because of what she posted on MySpace.
Yeah, I saw the same shit on something. Some girl got assaulted at her school for posting some shit on about Trump or whatever.
Yeah, just a little reminder when feminists tell you that women aren't violent, just remember to tell them about the MySpace incidents.
Oh yeah, well, if you actually look at the statistics, women are the initiators of most domestic violence.
Oh yeah.
I'm not saying they always win. They probably won't. You know what I'm saying?
But oh yeah, I remember talking about like it's gone now, but there was like this website or blog post that had a list of like insane Twilight fan antics, like the worst things that you've seen Twilight fans do. You know? And like one of the stories was how like a girl basically asked another girl if she liked Twilight, and the other girl said like no, not really, and the girl like clawed her in the eye and stuff.
Fuck, that's crazy, dude.
Yeah, no. So it's like she like cut her face open. Yeah.
Jesus.
Like it was like she was like actually bleeding. Like yeah, there was like literal blood because she like scratched her so hard. Yeah.
It might have like fucking physically removed her retina. I mean, especially if she went for the fucking eyes. Your eyes are. I mean, pain receptors in your eyes is one of the most sensitive fucking spots you can hit somebody.
Oh yeah.
We may have lost Ricardo. Oh, he's back.
There he is.
Man, my battery died.
Oh, your battery died?
Yeah.
Oh, where's the dog? I don't see the dog.
He finally shut up.
Oh, he's a cute dog.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah. But like oh yeah. So I guess now we can probably move on to monsters and stuff since I also had that. So more specifically, we're talking about I think I'm going to talk about kaiju and stuff.
Hell yeah. I remember
so did they release that game Kaiju Combat? Because I know that was a thing. I can't remember what it was exactly.
There've been a couple of games like that. If we're going back to
but that was like the latest one, like Kaiju Combat. Is that what it's called?
Oh, talk about that Godzilla game?
You talking about Melee? Godzilla, there was a couple different Godzilla games that came out for...
Yeah, there was like Destroy All Monsters, Save the Earth, and Unleashed.
Oh, because I remember seeing trailers for one of them. It's just like Monster Royal Rumble in the city. You have destructible environments and stuff.
Yeah, that was fun. You could pick up buildings and throw at each other. You also had King of the Monsters, which is really old school, and King of the Monsters 2 for like Super Nintendo. That was pretty good. And even
Andrew Nerd did a video on like the old Godzilla game for Nintendo.
Oh, dude, that was a fun game. I can still beat that game. I've got it on emulator.
He thought it was a bad game.
Well, it's not a great game. It really has nothing to do with the actual Godzilla stuff. You know what I'm saying? If you're going storyline wise, except for like some of the monsters that you beat, and some of the monsters in the game aren't even in the fucking Toho universe. So you're just like, what the fuck? But
oh yeah.
But also way back in the day, I don't know if you remember a game called Rampage, which was fucking awesome.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you talking about the arcade
Sega
game?
Genesis.
It was for Genesis. It was for the first Nintendo, and it was for the arcade. But yeah, like they're all great. There was Lizzie, Rampage. George. I forgot the rat's name, and Wolfie.
Yeah, there's a couple like King Kong looking guys. There's like Velociraptor thing, Vertigo.
Hell yeah, it was awesome.
I'm thinking about the same one.
Yeah, so it's like they're all humans who mutated into monsters.
Yep. If we're talking about Rampage, yes.
There's like a werewolf one named Ralph.
Yes, and I think George was the gorilla. Lizzie was actually a female, and she was the lizard. And
then
I think there
Ralph's
was even
a
like a there was Ralph the werewolf, and if I'm not mistaken, there was also a fourth player that was like a giant rat. If I'm not mistaken.
I'm thinking of something completely different.
I think his name's Curtis. Curtis.
Possibly.
Yeah, Curtis, right?
I honestly can't remember. You're gonna have to.
Yeah, that I'm looking at the Wikipedia page.
Oh, I was thinking of Primal Rage.
Oh, that game was awesome. That was a good game.
Yes.
Florence, are you good, man? You look like you're antsy.
No, that's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, let's see. Rampage. So, yeah, it looks pretty old. Yeah, because.
Oh, it is very old. I mean, I was like 5 years old when I was beat that game for
Put up a screenshot.
Oh yeah,
that's what I thought you guys were talking about. Primal Rage game is awesome.
Oh yeah, Primal Rage. Yeah, like they have like the exploding heart or something like that, right?
Yeah, you had two different gorillas. One of them was an ice. One of them could throw up at you. You had Sauron, which was like the giant T-Rex type. You also had one that was really long. I forgot. Was it like Mendez or something? Forgot who.
This guy.
Go.
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, they had like a no cheese effect where if you're trying to be cheesy with fighting, it would stop your combo or whatnot, like corner fighting and whatnot, built into the game, which was really interesting for a fighter for its time. I think they even had like their own finishing moves, Mortal Kombat style.
Oh, since we're on that topic, what do you guys think about the new Marvel vs. Capcom?
I haven't played it.
Thoughts about how they went about it? I don't know. It seemed kind of rushed. I was a huge fan of the first one, MVC3. Like this new one, I'm just staying away from it like the plague.
I haven't played. Oh, I played the third Marvel vs. Capcom for Xbox 360 a while back. I beat the shit out of it. You know what I'm saying? I love Marvel vs. Capcom 2 for the Dreamcast. That was badass. I'm still undefeated in that fucking game. I won Navy tournaments with that fucking game.
Oh, nice.
T-Field. But I'm cheesy as shit. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like I'm fucking cheap as fuck in that game. But especially for the Dreamcast, there's like a unstoppable combo with Magneto that I tend not to use. But also I would use like Cable, Iron Man, and Iceman, and I'd just fucking pin somebody.
Speaking of Marvel vs. Capcom, did you guys like did you see like the whole like controversy involving like Marvel vs. Capcom 3? Like that whole malarkey?
I did not.
It's like how like basically the game, they basically sold like an incomplete game because their characters are on the disc itself that aren't in the game, so you have to like, download DLC to have them available.
Oh man, that's a lot of bullshit games now though. They want you to fucking
it's like every game.
Yeah. And it's like you went from 56 characters in Marvel vs. Capcom 3 to only 36, so it's like you lost like.
Oh, it's like $8 a character to get the complete game. Like AAA's in Canada are $80 to begin with, and then you're get DLC for 20 characters, even if it's $5 a pop. It's another $100. Like I'm not spending $180 on a video game. Sorry,
yeah, I agree.
Ultimate.
Especially in part 2 when you could unlock 52 characters. You know what I'm saying? That's fucking ridiculous without having to pay new money.
Like Marvel vs. Capcom 3, I think had maybe 4 DLC characters, like Shumagorath and somebody else, but it wasn't ridiculous. Like you had like 99% of the roster that you paid for. But
Jesus.
Yeah, the new one, Marvel vs. Capcom Ultimate, is just Just a shit show. I'm trying to figure
Oh yeah. So since we're on the subject of Marvel vs. Capcom, so there's this YouTuber I used to follow all the time. His name's like Blackbuster Critic, but then his account got taken down by a bunch of hackers, several times. So I'm not sure where he is right now, but he did an epic Marvel vs. Capcom 3 rant and stuff. So I think I'm going to screen share. I could show you guys it. So I'm just going to plug out my headset.
It's called Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
New game. Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was the previous game, yeah. But, so I don't know. If you don't mind, I can show you guys the video. It's pretty funny.
Put it up.
Yeah, go for it.
Let's see. Let me screen share. Take out my headset. Okay, is it screen share? Am I screen sharing? Share. There we go. So can you guys still hear me?
I can hear you, but I can't see it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Not buy another Capcom game for the rest of this generation. Because I don't want to give Capcom another cent of my money because they ruined one of my favorite fighting game franchises of all time, Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Now, people ask me, why do you hate it, Blackbuster? Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is great. It's got its big characters. Oh, it's got a big battle system. Just look at it and compare it to the other ones. Marvel vs. Capcom 1 had 22 characters. Well, 16 really, but
yeah, I was about to say.
Shadow Lady, Orange Hole, Red Venom, and all that. So essentially 16 characters, but some secret characters up to 22. And then look at Marvel vs. Capcom 2. We got from 16 characters to 56. 56 awesome characters. It blew everyone's mind, and everyone has always played Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Even when it released on PSN and Xbox Live, people bought it and they played it online. Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Now, how many characters does that have? Only 36. We got from 16 to 56 to 36. And you know what? We don't have all the characters. We have characters on the actual Marvel vs. Capcom 3 disc that aren't unlocked because they haven't available for DLC. They got characters on the disc. You have to pay for an unlockable little number on Xbox Live or PSN just so we can access content already on our disc. If you're a company and you don't respect the gamers enough to finish your goddamn game before you release it, then you're gonna lose customers, just like me. You lost me. You lost me too. Jill Valentine or Valentine, however you guys say her name, her last name. She's already on the disc. She's an incomplete character. They didn't finish her. And you know what? You're gonna have to pay them to download the additional voices they have for her and some fixes for her and unlock it. The game you already bought. Dr. Octopus and Frank West are on that disc. Supposedly completed. And you know what? You're gonna have to pay Capcom to unlock something that's already.
That's crazy. There's no Doc Ock on there.
Now, I know I'm getting a lot of Marvel vs. Capcom 3 advocates in here talking about, oh, just buy the game and stop complaining. It's a great fighter game. You're going to enjoy it. But sooner buy Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe before I get Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Yeah, I freaking said it.
That is great.
I don't care how great the game is. I don't care if they improve the battle system. I don't care. Capcom failed on this game.
Do not let them rape your wallet.
So much more. I just don't understand how they can do this.
Jesus, so much worse now. This guy's head must have exploded in the past year.
Game called Marvel vs. Capcom 2 that sold in GameStops for $50 used for years. Because everyone that bought the game didn't trade it in. People kept it because it was that good. People played it forever. Years it's been out, and it was $50 still used. 56 characters. But then Marvel vs. Capcom 3 comes out. Where's Captain Commando? Where's Ruby Hart? Where's Amingo? Where's Ken? Where's Colossus? Where's Anita? You have plenty of other characters you can use. 36?
I almost died. That's fucking fantastic.
Where's Roll? Where's Surfbot?
Oh shit. That is so goddamn good.
I see. I was planning to get some content out because it would put it up online for DLC. You lost a customer. Sure, I may just be one customer, but I'm going to speak my mind. Because I believe what you guys did was moronic and not good thing. And cheap. I'm going. I'll see you guys later.
That is beautiful.
Yeah, he did a follow-up video featuring talking about the Marvel Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, you know, when they come out with the second version of the game. And he basically goes off again, basically saying, you know, Rocket Raccoon? Who the hell is that stuff? No one knows who Rocket Raccoon is and stuff. I bet, you know, they should have Howard the Duck instead of Rocket Raccoon. Because that's before Guardians of the Galaxy, the movie, came out. So he's like all going off about that.
That is fucking great.
Marvel playing the long game too.
Yeah.
Just like in the new one, they got Captain Marvel, obviously, for the films. Actually, with the new one, there's like no X-Men. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, there's like no X-Men in it.
Oh yeah, you know Marvel's not gonna try to fucking
not X-Men, yeah, no.
X-Men.
Like got rid of Wolverine, no Cyclops. Like I don't know.
Hell yeah.
Because they don't want to help promote somebody else's property. That's owned by Fox, I believe.
Yep. 4. That is ridiculous. That is so good to me, dude. I almost died on my fucking drink. I was trying to drink. Yeah, fucking. I 100% agree with him though. Fuck that. I'm not paying extra money. If I buy your game, go fuck yourself. You want me to pay DLC for extra shit? No, go get fucked. Like the same thing with a whole bunch of like almost every game is trying to try that shit. Like the old school maps on like Battlegrounds that we used to have. Oh no, that's $50 extra for maps that you already fucking have on your computer saved in your goddamn disk space. You know what I'm saying? No, get fucked.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what I like about NetherRealms is NetherRealms have a very good DLC.
Yeah, it's probably more cosmetics.
Oh yeah, you get character. You know, you can download, you can buy new characters, and you know you get new suits and new you can also put in, I think, new levels as well.
Because EA like shot themselves in the face with that new Battlefront game, Star Wars Battlefront.
Oh yeah,
I heard about that. Wasn't there like Was there an SJW undertone? Because some people were worried because there was like an Aeneas Sarkeesian fan working as a writer.
No, it wasn't that. It was like, oh, you guys know Boogie2988 did a video, but it was like apparently like a couple $100 to. You could grind, or it was like you got to buy loot crates. It cost you like $200 to unlock Darth Vader or some crap.
Oh, what?
Yeah, by the time you bought all the loot crates, I'm not exactly sure how the game mechanics work, but
wow.
Everybody started trying to refund their Steam purchases, and then it was. I don't want to get too much into it, but yeah,
okay,
it was a complete disaster.
Well, I guess back on the subject of monsters. So, have you guys ever seen the Monster Island Buddies series?
No.
No? Have you, Florence? Oh, okay. So you have seen it?
Nope.
No.
Okay, it's basically like this guy playing with his Godzilla toys. It's pretty funny. It's like hilarious.
Oh wait, I remember you talking about that.
Yeah, I guess I can screen share and show you some of the episodes. They're pretty short, but they're really funny.
Is some YouTube stuff?
It's a YouTube, yeah. Nice. I can show you it. Let's see. Screen share. Okay, and
We've got screen shareception going on.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's see. Now let me take out my mic. I hope you guys can hear and stuff. Yeah, can you still hear me?
Oh,
yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Monster Island, buddy. I'm finally gonna do it. I'm gonna ask Mothra out on a date. Now. What? No! This is horrible! Oh my god! I can't believe it! This is the worst day ever! I fucking wish I was dead! Hey guys! Today's another beautiful day on Monster Island. How could you say that? Today is the worst day of my life! I'm gonna cut off my own dick to distract me from the pain! Fuck! Today I baked muffin. They have nuts in them. In that case, no thanks. I have a peanut allergy. Mothra, we're fine. Yep, we're best. Wondering if tonight. Oh, Rudy, I want you to meet my boyfriend, King Ghidorah. What? Oh my God! The rumors are true. Hey, how you doing? No! No! He has 3 heads! Every time they make love, it's an orgy! I have to go! I gotta cut my dick off! I warned you about the nuts.
Jesus. I can't believe they brought in
Yeah.
Jet Jaguar in that. That's fucking hilarious.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, the next couple episodes are pretty funny, too. Stupid ads. I hate the ads on YouTube sometimes.
Ad blocker plus is that.
What?
Ad blocker plus.
Ad blocker?
YouTube ads, yeah.
Okay, this is pretty funny.
I've been worried about my best friend Rudy. Ever since he found out Mothra has been dating King Ghidorah, he's developed quite a habit in hoarding. Leave me alone! Don't touch my stuff! Leave me alone with my hoard! I hate to see a pterodactyl so sad. What are you doing? Bathroom. What? Down the hall. Got lost looking for the bathroom. Down the hall. Sorry. I don't need Mothra, and I don't need you guys. I just need my stuff. You don't need this. Put that down. Put that down. It reminds me of a happier time. We could probably sell some of this stuff. No, I'm not a hoarder. I'm an enthusiastic collector. Get out. Get the fuck out, all of you. We couldn't help it at all. Bathroom. What? The bathroom. I'm gonna die alone, surrounded by all this crap. Fuck.
Jesus.
That was good.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
You guys realize we really suck, right? Mothra, I love decorating the tree with you. What a great way to kill time before my date with King Ghidorah. Oh, look, he's here. We gotta go meet my parents for Christmas dinner. What? I thought you were a Jew. Only the middlehead. Ah, fuck me. Where's the eggnog? Oh, I fucking hate Christmas. It's all one big goddamn lie. Mother, does the pterodactyl speak the truth? Is Christmas a lie? Ah, see what you did, Rudy. Oh, Father, I can't wait for morning. Perhaps we'll get a trip from Father Christmas tonight. Get out of here. Oh, happy day. I'm sorry I fucked up Christmas for your son. The hell if I care. He's just my stepson. Come on, everybody. Let's sing. Oh, I heard the bells on Christmas Day, their old familiar carols play. And well and sweet the words repeat of peace on earth, goodwill to men.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But nah, as far as giant monsters though, for sure, like Godzilla has got to be top, right? For everybody else, like I mean, that's every other giant monster is basically modeled after.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Godzilla PI. There's some pretty funny ones.
It was a cold night. I was out walking the beach, nowhere to go, when she approached me. Are you the private investigator? I am. Godzilla. P.I. I'll be your dick. What's up? I had a Mothra egg. It was gonna hatch with a brand new Mothra, but someone stole it. I wasn't looking for trouble, but that night, Trouble sent me a friend request, and I accepted. I gathered the usual suspects. The boyfriend, the jealous rival, the happy-go-lucky robot, and the spiky guy. Jaguar, where were you on the night of the 12th? Right here. Tonight's the 12th. Ah! Oh my God! Someone murdered the dick! Well, what do you think about the book? When the lights go out, it's not usually the investigator who dies. Exactly. It's a twist. I just think it's a little abrupt. What's wrong with an abrupt end?
What's wrong with the abrupt ending?
Damn, that is insane.
And a 3 and a 4. Oh my God! Man, can I join? The band's full. But come on, guys. We're friends, right? You guys? Am I right? We're friends, right? You guys? Get out of here, Kaiju. You're not metal enough for our band. But we're buddies, you guys. Monster Island buddies. Sorry, Gigan. The band has spoken. You show you metal. Okay, seriously, you guys. We gotta get good before the Battle of the Bands. Let's take it from the top of that song Rodan wrote. What's that song called again? Mothra. Okay, here we go. And a 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4. You guys want metal? Is this metal enough for you? Gigan! 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 Well, I have to admit, that was pretty metal. Gigan!
Jesus.
To the cinema. How come I never see you do anything with your first marriage? Because we don't talk about him. We don't talk about him. Happy day. Hey, what movie are we seeing anyway? Yeah, Marv. Taking over Earth was easier than I thought it would be. Yeah, well, who will stop us? Didn't count on tangling with Gamera, the guardian of the universe. Earl, who is that? One of them mutant teenage things? Wrong. Haha. I'm Gamera the Brave. Gamera the Super. Gamera the... Oh, that's all of them. Huzzah! Hooray! I don't believe it. Hi. Isn't that your old college roommate? I thought he gave up on doing movies. All the schoolboys love Gamera. He's the most popular monster now. Hey, shut up, both of you. We're leaving. I need a drink. But the sex scene's starting. I suppose I'm turtle enough for two. We are
What
leaving.
the fuck?
We are leaving.
Oh, dude. He had Tifa and Eris. That's fucking crazy.
Monster
Yeah.
Island, but... Oh, no, dude. I'm dead serious. I love you, man. You're my best friend. I feel sick. It's all right. I still love you. I love you so much. Well. If it isn't my old college roommate, Godzilla. Oh, crap. Have you heard? My career's taken off again. Even got a new film out. God, Zero. Leave us alone. You leave us alone. Hey, Crabzilla. Did you ever tell your pterodactyl friend what you did to me a long time ago? Yeah, you see, your buddy Godzilla here got me expelled from college. That's right, expelled. But after that, I focused more on my film career. So I guess I should thank you, huh, old friend? Just 1 minute. 1 minute. Just 1 minute. That's what I thought. I'm out of here. Is it true? You got him expelled? All right, I think it's done. Oh, God. I just need to lay down for 1 minute. Oh, my God. King Ghidorah is here. But he's with another girl. He's cheating on Mothra. Stop. We need to... I've never much this drunk before.
Yeah, in this series, Godzilla has a huge drinking problem.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah.
So what, you guys fans of Power Rangers at all?
Yeah, kind of.
Oh, you what?
You guys like Power Rangers?
Yeah, kind of.
I remember when the Power Rangers first, like a long time ago. God, I think I was in like middle school or something, and that was like the craze.
I was in like grade 2 or something. Yeah, it's probably like early 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. This one's also pretty hilarious. It's like Jet Jaguar in Vegas. It's hilarious.
Monster Island, buddy. I did it! Nevada! Here I am! Woohoo! I want to see what's over here. You call that a robot? Out of here. Come on. Now I want to see what's over here. Barry Manilow? Oh my God! Woohoo! Barry Manilow! Woo! It reminds me so much of home. Okay, I brought $1. Let's see how far I go with it. 7. Guess I'll just go wallow in the hotel room. Oh, I'm huge. Vegas got boring pretty fast. I'll call Godzilla. I wonder what the time difference is at Monster Island. Oh, God. was Vegas. Are you all right? So hungover. I'm bored being alone. Have you seen a slut peddler? You mean those guys who hand out cards with the naked ladies? Yeah. Call one of those girls. Thanks. Oh, God, kill me. Oh, she's here. God, she's beautiful.
Jesus.
I love you. Wow. Wow. So, want to get married?
That is so horrible. But if you were to have an STD riddled fucking person, it would be the smog monster.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man. One day, time travel will be possible. Get the fuck out of here. So I was thinking, if my movie career doesn't take off, I might just work with my dad at his hardware store. Your career will take off. Nah, man, nah. It'll happen. Nah, man. Nah. Yeah. I'll never be as big as you. Well, that's true. I am the king of the monsters. Hey, I smell what you're doing in there. Oh, shit. It's the RA. Open the door now. This will be strike 3 for you two. You'll be expelled. You hear me? Shit, what are we going to do? I don't know. But if in the future I ever get my hands on a time machine, I'm coming back home and getting us out of here. Score! Take me too. Sorry, only room enough for one more. Gamera, you're in trouble now. And say goodbye to your college career.
He got expelled.
Is that fucking the character from Akira?
Maybe. I don't know. This guy's a lot of toys.
Jesus. That is crazy.
Yeah.
Like sands through this hourglass. These are drama monsters. Welcome to the #1 daytime soap opera. Will they find love? Will they find hope? Or will they find drama monsters? Mothra, I feel like there's something you should know. I was at the bar Friday night with Godzilla, and we saw your boyfriend, King Ghidorah, with another woman. It can't be. It's true. He was with another woman. Oh, what are you talking about? We got you this time. You're busted. Busted. Rodan, you three-headed dick. Rodan, you couldn't have seen him Friday night. King Ghidorah was here with me Friday. Come again. I was here all night with Mothra, making the sweet, sweet love. What? So what the fuck did I see at the bar? Oh my god, King Ghidorah is here, but he's with another girl. He's cheating on Mothra. You mean to tell me you thought 3 ponies in a bar was King Ghidorah? It had 3 heads. I got confused. Nice try, Rodan. But see, nothing can take me away from Mothra here. There you guys are. I'm back from Vegas, and I want you to meet my wife. Ghidorah? Hey, you two know each other. I thought Thursday was poker with your friends. Wait, I can explain. Don't bother. We're over. I want an annulment. I can't be with you if you were with him. You might have a disease. The 3 of you are dead. You hear me? 1 week. In 1 week, I'll be back, and I'm going to take on all 3 of you. Oh, yeah. It Dead. Dead. Wow. So.
We are fucked. Yeah.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah.
What's a super easy?
More ads. I hate ads.
Yeah, I've seen that fucking ad with the raw egg test. Like, goddamn, I haven't even.
Oh yeah.
Monsters in training. Ooh, monsters in training. Monsters in training. Monsters in training. Come on, you can do it. Just one more. Oh, that's it. I don't have any more in me. How many is that? Well, I'm going to deduct 1 for when you drop the weight on the floor. So, -1. Shit! How are we going to take on King Ghidorah if we can't get back in shape? I don't know. Look at me. I used to be the king. Now I'm a fat, old, fat joke. When I was young, I could have won this fight easily. Hey, you look like your exercise could use a boost. You know, I used to look just like you. Now look at me. Look, I don't want any drugs. Drugs? What drugs? I just got a natural supplement here. 1 drink of this, and you'll be super strong. You can take on any monster. No shit. How much? Oh, it smells like crap. Well, let's just hope it works. Bottoms up. Well, I don't feel like... Oh. Is it working? What did you see? Tell me everything. Oh, man. Hello? Hello? Gwaltzilla! And let that be a lesson, kids. Never, ever accept a strange liquid from space, because you'll go catatonic for a couple days, just like Godzilla did. So just say no. It's the American way.
Can I give him a $20 now?
What, for advertising?
Yeah. Because, yeah.
That's hilarious.
A lot.
It's their island, but... Hello? Is anyone there? Who's there? Hello? Weird going on.
What happened to him?
It was attacked by King Ghidorah, and we're next. We didn't know anyone else who might be able to help.
Always happy to see you, guy. Can I get you a Pabst Blue Ribbon?
Can you fix him?
Let's see. Here's the thing. I can give him a total reboot. He'll be good as new, but his mind will be wiped back to default.
Just do whatever you can to save him. Really? I was catatonic for 4 days?
Well, I'm done. Oh, you guys are next to my latest invention. Can I show you?
Let us see Jet Jaguar.
He is.
Jet, how you feeling, buddy?
Routine Jet Jaguar, 1973 Jet Engines Technology System. Serial number 00104.
Is this a fucking joke?
9001.
Sorry, guys. You'll just have to get used to the new Jet Jaguar.
78318002400239.
Are you done?
80000362. Bitter. Happier.
What?
004700020045002.
Christ, what's with that serial number? How many Jet Jaguars are there?
I stand alone.
What are we gonna do? We have to fight King Ghidorah tomorrow. Jet, can you help us?
Negative. My sole function is to perform for children's birthday parties at Chuck E. Cheese. I play banjo.
Yeah, Jet, why don't you tell him your serial number again? Wait.
Serial number 0000076900110.
You just keep saying a serial number over and over again.
Monster Island buddies. I've had it with you, Monster Island buddies. King Ghidorah, you'll pay for what you did to Jet Jaguar. And for hurting Mothra's feelings. And pissing me off. Oh yeah? What are you gonna do? That's it. I'm going in. Rhodey, no! Oh, crap. Just you and me now, huh? What do you say we settle this rivalry once and for all? Rivalry? Actually, I always kind of liked you. Quiet. Go ahead. I'll give you the first shot. Hey, let's see what you got. Okay. Is that all you got? Now it's my turn. Yeah, man. You really outlaws get Dutch, huh? No wonder Gamera is more popular now. You're nothing but a fat, old, fat has-been. Gamera? Wait a second. Yes, your buddy Godzilla here got me expelled for college. When I was young, I could have won this fighting.
You guys are next to my lady extension. Show you.
Holy crap! Here, quick, get me to Mechagodzilla's lab. You can't run for long. I'll find you, and we'll finish this.
Steven, it's your special day. It's your birthday, Steve, and I hope you like to play.
That's awesome! I'll sing a birthday song with the name Chris. Oh, hey man, want to listen to some Pixies on vinyl?
I need to borrow your latest invention.
What it is?
Oh, I know what it is. Gotta go back in time. Whoa! Whoa! Time travel's cool. Quick, get in. Take me too. Sorry, only room enough for one more. So you're back for more. What's going on here anyway? Move your skinny ass. We need to get past his fire barrier. You leave that shit to me. With my motherfucking wind power. I'll put out your fire with my wings. You fucking dick. No, my fire. Go get him, Godzilla. All right, now blast on my count. 1, 2, now. Wait, oh, what? You guys stop that. Oh, ow. Oh, it kind of hurts. Oh, shit. That was awesome. I'm finally gonna do it. I'm gonna ask Mothra out. Dude, give her some time. She just got out of a relationship. So what's the younger you gonna do while Mechagodzilla fixes the time machine? Are you gonna show him around the future? Nah, I've got him watching my stepson for me. Father, can we go fishing in the pond now? Fuck you, kid. I'm just glad everything got back to normal around here.
Salutations, acquaintances. It is the third consecutive beautiful day on Monster Island, weather at 77 degrees Fahrenheit.
And who writes this crap anyway? Ain't I a stinker?
You guys still there?
Oh yeah, I'm still chilling.
Yeah, so basically, yeah, the series goes on for like quite some time. Actually, I think there's like, I'm trying to remember how many seasons there are. Let me check a bit. There. Okay, let me. Whoa. According to this, there's like, apparently there's like 103 episodes.
Oh Jesus.
Holy fuck, that dude has way too much time on his hands. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, so
I mean, don't get me wrong, that's funny as fuck. I like some amateur fucking
well, the funny thing is that as he goes along, he actually starts getting a cohesive storyline. Like it starts off as a very funny comedy, and then it gets serious, and you know, there's lots of lots of characters that people start liking.
That reminds me of
those have. Sorry, how many views are those videos rocking up?
Let's see. See.
Just curious if it's like a cult thing or if he's actually got like 100,000.
He has over 51 subscribers, and it looks his videos are getting on average like it looks like they're between like 50,000 and over 100,000. So depending on the video.
Holy fuck, that's a lot. That's insane.
Yeah, he has a huge following. Yeah,
it's funny
but
as hell.
It's also kind of funny. Yeah, because it's funny because if in the series, what's hilarious is that if you look at it, old Godzilla is the Showa Godzilla, and the current one is basically the Heisei Godzilla.
Yep, exactly. That's
yeah.
like the 90s.
And yeah, 90s Godzilla, and if they go into the future, it's going to be 2000 Godzilla.
Oh wow!
Basically, kind of keeps tracks of the future and the past. Yeah.
That reminds me of a. Wait.
But yeah, if you get a chance, you should definitely watch the entire series because it gets really. I wouldn't say weird, but it gets really interesting.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I think I'm gonna jump out.
Oh sure.
Yeah, it's like 6 o'clock. I have to eat supper and do some stuff around the house.
It was awesome chilling with you, man.
Yeah, next time you do this, just give me a day's notice and I'll pop on in again.
Oh sure. Yeah, thanks for coming, Ricardo.
All right, have a good night, guys.
Yeah,
good night.
Bye.
So like so like do you guys know what the next Godzilla movie's about?
I think Florence was talking about the next one the one that's the newest thing has been like a CG anime, right?
I think Florence muted himself.
Oh my bad. He might have had to step away. Damn.
For a moment.
But the I have no idea. It looks like they're trying to build to another King Kong versus Godzilla movie, but I haven't done any research on it. I really don't know. I've seen some.
Well, I know that King Kong Skull Island had like a post-credit sequence,
Hell yeah.
That showed that they were in the same universe. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But, you back, Florence? Oh, hey, Florence. What was the next Godzilla movie about?
Which one?
The one the same creator of Neo Genesis Evangelion.
Well, I was thinking of like actually I was thinking about the American one because it's like the 2014 Godzilla came out, so I thought they were making a sequel.
Well, I was actually going to say that that time and the other time the other time when I muted myself and that was because my grandmother walked in, and the other time she was calling me, so I just thought I'd clear that up.
Oh, no, you're good.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it seems like a couple of us had outside interference not with dogs, but or with family, myself included.
Yeah, but yeah, I was asking Florence if you knew what the next a Godzilla movie, like the sequel to like the 2014 Godzilla movie, what that was about.
Oh, the 2016 one.
Well, I think it was 2014, wasn't it, when it came out?
No. Are you talking about the American one or the
American
Japanese
one? Yeah.
The Japanese one is the 2016 one.
Okay, but the American one was 2014.
But the Japanese one is basically it's just an average Godzilla movie where he just kind of he comes from the water and he kind of grows and evolves. But the thing about this one, I think, is that this actually kind of is more. From what a lot of people say, is that it's more of a horror movie than anything else because it's like Godzilla actually doing a ton of damage, just being basically like Godzilla is the only antagonist of this movie, and they're just trying to destroy him. And I don't know if you guys want spoilers, but there's an ending that kind of is left open for a sequel, kind of.
And the one that's in production right now, or the are you talking about the cell shaded anime music?
Oh no, the cell shaded anime is a completely different story.
Right on, but this is what you're telling us right now is the upcoming movie.
Yeah. Well,
right
wait. Wait. Which one?
The one you were just talking about, the one that they leave the ending open, and Godzilla's the only antagonist in the movie.
Yeah, the Shin Godzilla, the 2016 one, and then Monster Planet, which is going to come out on Netflix, I think. Well, if it hasn't come out on Netflix already, it's probably going to come out next year.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, I wonder when if they're ever going to make like a Godzilla series, like for like television or whatever, where you have all these different monsters fighting.
I like the sound of that.
Because they had they gave like the 1998 series an animated series.
Yeah, I remember that too. The actual
I heard it was actually
the cartoon.
I heard it wasn't too bad because like that Godzilla actually could breathe fire and he fought other monsters.
It was better than the fucking movie, as far as like Godzilla movies go.
Oh yeah.
Damn, I saw some they weren't necessarily screenshots, but they looked like fuck, what is that? Screenplays or whatever. Drawings or models of something, but it wasn't confirmed. It could just be somebody's like artwork, you know what I'm saying? They could have just been doing stuff, but I saw some really interesting shit about New Age Godzilla versus Destroyer. You know how he was like souped up, over radiated or whatnot?
Yeah, burning Godzilla, you mean?
Yeah, exactly. And but this one, I mean, it showed him like through meltdown and where it looked like he was getting fighting King Ghidorah or whatnot. But I don't know if those are just like fan art or if that was actual like drawing boards of like a movie coming out or not. But I haven't seen it regardless.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not sure.
But it looked pretty interesting. I could probably find them, but I mean, hell, I can find a lot of stuff. But
yeah. I really loved. Yeah, I love Godzilla vs. Destroyer. That was a good film.
Yeah, that was fucking awesome. Poetic as well.
Yeah, also, everyone was so sad when like his son died.
Hell yeah, damn. Especially Mickey. But no. Also, I liked the fact that Destroyer was created from the Oxygen Destroyer from the very first film. Yeah, exactly, which was pretty cool, and which I thought that was really well done to make a full circle ending to like the '90s series.
Yeah, it's kind of cool how like Burning Godzilla was so strong that like he basically just like took down Destroyer because his firepower was just way too powerful that not even the Oxygen Destroyer could could like stop him.
Exactly, and his fucking radiation blasts were fantastic looking with like that spiral around it, almost like in Mega Man games. It looked very Japanese anime. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then also his spine started to melt.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, because he was putting out so much. That was fucking crazy.
Yeah. Basically, like kind of like how Superman and All-Star Superman, like how his like cells began to break down.
I never watched that. I never saw that.
Oh, you never read the comic book All-Star Superman?
Nope, never read the All-Star Superman. Although I've been told that it is like one of the better Superman stories.
Oh, it's definitely. I think it's most people consider it's the best Superman story. It's like literally, yeah. It's like Grant Morrison's like a tribute or ode to Superman. It's like an amazing book.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah,
it's on my list.
And they created a movie adaptation of it.
Yeah, I heard they did like an animated movie, right?
Yeah, it's an animated film. It's pretty good. I mean, yeah, the book is still a lot better, but yeah, the movie did a really faithful job of capturing like the essence of the book.
Hell yeah. Well, I mean, the comics generally are a lot better than whatever adaptation, you know what I'm saying? Because you can get a lot across in the comics. And, I mean, I've never seen a movie adaptation of the comics that is good as the comics, like in any shape, manner, or form, if we're talking animated or otherwise, you know what I'm saying? And I enjoy a lot of the Marvel MCU is pretty good, but, like, I mean, they've got a predictable format now. You know what I mean? Like they mix a lot of comedy and stuff, which is fine. I mean, you need something to break it up, but it seems like with Thor Ragnarok that they into the comedy. Like I think Guardians of the Galaxy was fucking amazing because it hits you out of nowhere. Especially the first Guardians of the Galaxy, you didn't see the shit coming. The Galaxy, you're like, okay, there's just a little too much comedy mixed in the formula.
Yeah.
Although I did enjoy every scene with Drax and Mantis in it. I thought that was the cutest, most awesome thing.
Oh yeah. Yeah, good shake. Yeah, because like one of the great panels in All-Star Superman, I think it's in the comic, or I don't think it's a fan thing, but there's like this picture of you see like, you know, this hand drawing a comic book. He's like drawing Superman. And it's basically, you know, it's meant to be Jerry Siegel or Joe Shuster, the creators of the character. And, you know, he draws the character and stuff. And, you know, there's a speech bubble that basically says, this is going to change everything as he's drawing Superman.
Oh, wow.
It's basically like a tribute to how Superman basically, you know, changed the entire, like, comic book format and, like, brought in superheroes.
Oh, yeah. Big time. Like, that's...
So I thought that was a really beautiful picture. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he almost didn't get published because all the newspaper stands thought that it was a bad idea, where the comic book was too raw.
Hell yeah. I mean, that's
crazy. Imagine if he had never gotten published. Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been fucking crazy. I mean, horrible. I mean, well, we wouldn't have a whole genre now. You know what I'm saying? If Superman never got published. But I remember seeing a couple different rough drafts or iterations of Superman and how it could have went and how it ended up in this. It was like this documentary I saw on the History Channel, which is pretty interesting.
Yeah, I know Superman originally was like a group of like evil people or something like that. Like he was like a bald-headed guy.
Yeah, the first Superman, quote unquote, was a evil, omnipotent, like fucking bad guy.
Yeah,
that was pretty wild. A lot of people don't know that, which is pretty interesting.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, it's like how the old school, you know, his suit is modeled after an acrobat because back in those days, you know, a lot of characters look like circus people.
Yeah, the strong man. Yeah, exactly.
The strongman or the acrobat, like those performers in all those flashy uniforms. Yeah.
Hell yeah. That is wild.
Well, you think about it, yeah, it's like Batman and Robin, they look like acrobats and stuff.
Very much so.
Yeah. That's one of the reasons why, like, when I start making superhero comics, I actually wanted to make a comic book series that's heavily inspired by like the circus, throwing in a bit of football kind of theme to it, you know?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so kind of like what is it? Oh yeah, like I want to have a group of villains called like the Purple People Eaters.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like they're like these gray these like purple monsters that like eat people and stuff.
Flying Purple People Eaters? Do they have one eye and one horn? I said the Flying Purple People Eaters, do they have one eye and one horn?
Oh, I haven't heard of that one. I know that's what the Vikings used to call one of their defenses.
Oh no, that was an old song.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
One-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eaters. I meant never mind. That was
a
bad joke. Bad joke. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, I wanted to call like the I wanted to call like the comic book series like the greatest show on page, kind of like modeled after the greatest show on earth or the greatest show on turf, with like the NFL Rams.
Oh wow, that's funny. Or Ringling Brothers,
or something like that. Yeah, I just feel like it'd be kind of no one really. I mean, it seems like no one's really done a very not like circus themed, but very circus inspired superhero comic, really, because it seems like those kind of have been gone for a while. So that'd be kind of a cool mix up.
Hell yeah. I had a really interesting idea for a story, but I don't think I'll ever do it. Really, I mean, you know how when you're I mean, if you're thinking about creating a story, you do scene by scene, and you're like, man, that's a really good scene, and you try to get that to fit into a different part of the storyline. And I've got these great battle sequences in my head that I would love to see brought up. I guess it would definitely take a lot of Japanese style things going on with it, but mixed in with like a lot of Middle Earth shit. Post-apocalyptic crazy shit. But in order for it to work, like in the storyboard, you know what I mean, have to be like post-apocalyptic crazy shit. Like humanity would have to be in dire straits for a lot of this stuff to happen. So are getting from point A to point B, you know what I mean, in between. And writing dialogue is fucking ridiculous. It's insane. Really great idea about doing a Godzilla anime, which will never come to fruition because fucking Toho would never sign me on for shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm surprised it hasn't been done yet. Like, I mean, all the pieces are right fucking there. You've got so much rich history within the Godzilla movies that why wouldn't you do an anime series, a good anime series? You could like point of view of any scientist or a reporter or a person like in the military. There's so many different ways you can make it come to fruition, and you could have Godzilla. My favorite Godzilla stories is when Godzilla isn't necessarily a good guy or a bad guy, but more like a force of nature. It's like human perspective, looking at this fucking giant, unstoppable force. I mean, what the fuck could you do? It's like staring at a tornado. You know what I mean? You're like, oh man.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I think that's probably what the Godzilla anime is probably going to be. Well, they actually said that they're going to be making a trilogy. That the first one is going to be basically the humans tried to go to a distant planet to escape Earth because Godzilla was attacking. They went to that other planet, but turns out they couldn't inhabit it, and then they went back to Earth, and now they're going to be fighting Godzilla and all these other monsters that have just kind of been sprouted all over the place. So they're essentially trying to take back the Earth from Godzilla, and the second movie they say is going to involve Mecha Godzilla.
Oh, right on. That makes a lot of sense. And I always enjoy seeing Mechagodzilla in movies. Even the latest iterations of Mechagodzilla throughout the Millennium series, where they actually used the bones of the first Godzilla to create Kaiju, which was like Godzilla 3, basically. That was a really interesting concept, and I loved it when it goes haywire. You know what I'm saying? I've got a GIF of that, which is fucking crazy. Oh, yeah. Just like, I'm pissed.
Yeah, I also like want to try and like sometime like try to do sci-fi in a different type of way that's not typical of I don't know what people are kind of doing today.
Absolutely.
Like it's kind of formulaic today with people with sci-fi. See, I had this idea. You know, like how like Star Trek is always like the kind of optimistic future.
It is, but it's also kind of fucked up. Like if you think about it, because
I know people say asking if it's a communist utopia.
You know what? That's I wasn't gonna say it, but you're exactly right because they don't use money anymore. Everybody, it's like world peace happened of some sort. Like, yeah, okay, whatever.
Well, so they use some form of money because they trade with the Ferengi now. Like,
what is it?
There's exchanges yet.
Yeah, what is it? Some gold.
Well, they use Latin with gold Ferengi.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But then people are wondering where does the Federation get the Latinum if they don't use money? It's weird.
Exactly, and also, how can you sustain your society? Like, I mean,
well, I guess they think they have infinite resources, so they don't no longer have shortened resources anymore.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. But there's a lot. There's so much to that I've got questions on. And don't get me wrong, I fucking love Star Trek. I actually like Star Trek more than I do Star Wars, which is Star Wars 2. I love watching Trekkie nerds get in arguments with Star Wars fanboys. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Middle, I like both, but no, I mean it's always an interesting conversation because of course, like in a hand-to-hand scuffle, there's no fucking way anybody from the Federation can stand up to a Jedi. You know what I'm saying? But at the same token, fleet-wise, one fucking Federation starship, like the whole armada of the fucking rebels. Like you just like it's a, I don't know. It's a really interesting.
I think it's been confirmed. I think it actually has been confirmed that Star Trek technology is actually more advanced than Star Wars technology. Like a starship could easily wipe out most of Star Wars.
Yeah, one fucking Federation flagship. Like as far as like their ability to have shields and their phasers versus the lasers that are used. I mean,
well, Star Wars has shields too. I just don't think it's as strong.
Oh no, but their shields are so weak and shit. Like even when they have shields, you see explosions whenever they hit. Like their shields are it's like
Well, the weird thing about Star Wars is Star Wars does have planet exploding technology, which is something that I think Star Trek doesn't seem to have. I mean, I don't think they really do because I haven't really seen it really.
Oh no, they definitely can. In the Next Generation, I remember just using like photon torpedoes could essentially devastate a planet. But they even use it to stop this one planet
using
from
what?
Photon torpedoes.
And like, wait, that can blow up a planet?
Well, absolutely. Especially I mean no, if they use enough of them for sure. But so it was the episode where Data was getting transmissions calling out for help or whatnot in the dark. And then they have to make a moral decision. Do they stop the natural progression of these people who are going to be wiped out from this one planet? And they were discussing how much force to use to actually stop the volcanic.
Are you talking about the episode where he meets that little girl?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, they communicate with each other. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Also, if you look at the new iterations of the movie, like one drop of that one shit, like fucking totally killed Vulcan. That black hole stuff.
Yeah, I know a lot of people hate the new movie. Like now, I'm more familiar with Star Trek. I can understand because it's literally a better Star Wars film than the actual Star Wars films that J.J. Abrams made. Yep. And it's not really Star Trek, really.
It's really not. It's not. And you fuck over so much history by changing shit like that.
Oh yeah, it's Star Trek for normies, basically. That's what it was. It was basically a Star Trek movie that was extremely bankable because all three of those movies made a lot of money, unlike the previous Star Trek films. But it's for normies, though.
Exactly, I agree. But a lot of eye candy.
And I hate it when people do that. Kind of when you get into the series, it's really annoying when someone has to basically dumb down Star Trek like a series just so more people can like get it into it.
Yep.
Oh yeah, like I've only seen like a few episodes. Well, not the few episodes, but I almost finished watching the first season and looking at the movies and then looking at the first season of the original series. I can really see like how there's a huge shift in how it was done back then versus how it's done now. Even with Discovery, it just kind of feels like it actually felt smarter and much smarter back then compared to now. And it's like it's kind of like Ghost in the Shell, where the original was just really smart, and then you have the new one, which is just kind of like, Ghost in the Shell for normies, essentially.
Well, yeah, because it's like, basically Star Trek Discovery is basically just being written by the same pool of Hollywood writers that they do for so many different sci-fi shows. I mean, you can literally just take the names and symbols and switch them around, and you can make it be any sci-fi series, really. There's like nothing really Star Trek-y about that series, yeah.
Also, the fucking identity politics ruin that fucking series to no end. And also, it's not even a fucking Star Trek. It's not Star Trek. It's less Star Trek than the Orville.
I know, and those
Orville is more Star Trek.
Those like orcs that they're calling Klingons look terrible.
Oh God, yeah. Like when I mean, they can't even move their fucking face or show facial expressions.
Oh yeah, and they can barely talk. Like their Klingon sounds terrible because they can't talk. They're all that prosthetics makes it so the actors can't move their mouths, like properly.
Yep.
And their science and shit. Oh, sorry, go for it.
Kind
Florence.
of. Oh, that's okay. But I actually kind of heard. Well, the first time I kind of heard about the Orville, it was kind of like Seth MacFarlane was involved on it, and honestly, I kind of haven't really enjoyed his work recently, but I've heard a lot of good things about it, so I feel like I'll probably end up giving it a watch.
I haven't seen it, but I heard that the Orville is like it feels more like a Star Trek show than Discovery.
It does. Yeah. It does. The sets, the scenes, the bridge, everything about the Orville feels more.
Did you see the Rotten Tomatoes controversy involving Discovery and the Orville?
Yes. Also, I followed what's his name, one of the original writers for Star Trek. Not the first Star Trek, for Next Generation. He worked on a lot of things. He has his own YouTube channel that I've been following, and even he is like superior to blah blah, and he's trying to plead with the movie makers or the people who are in charge with Star Trek Discovery, trying to show them the error of their ways and how they're fucking up. Like I mean, he doesn't say it like that. He's a really outstanding gentleman. You know what I mean? I can't remember his name, but I'll look through my mentions and like in our Discord later.
Cool.
Oh, I get what you're saying. Yeah, but yeah, it's just like because basically Rotten Tomatoes gave the Orville, like the critics gave them a bad score, and then people were praising Star Trek Discovery because virtue signaling and stuff. It's like it's basically like another game, Comicsgate or Gamergate, where people are giving these things like very favorable reviews because of identity politics.
Oh yeah, Rotten Tomatoes is full of shit to start with. Like anybody, I mean, whoever takes their cues from
Rotten Tomatoes gets a consensus between movie reviewers, so I guess when it just means that the reviewers are shit or something like that when it comes to Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, very much so. But they pull from a large cast of and I got in an argument with somebody in the comment section of a YouTube channel one time. And I was like, no. I was like, you don't understand. I know Rotten Tomatoes because I look at the individual and I look at what their comments are and why they gave it such and such. And most of the time, 100% virtue signal. Then you have like the audience reaction to such and such, and you can go through individually and see what they think. You know what I'm saying? But like,
oh yeah,
but still though, it's deceptive, 100%. Like, there's a lot of movies that get great reviews that I think are complete shit on both sections, and I have no doubts that it's fucking doctored as fuck. I mean, it's ridiculous shit. Like, watch the movie yourself and then gather your own opinion. I mean, I disagree a lot. I'm a dick though. I'm an asshole. Like I like to. I'm very much very lenient when it comes to a lot of shit. If I see a hint of bullshit, I'm like, yeah, this is bullshit, or something that doesn't make sense.
Oh yeah.
I was pissed off in the first Resident Evil movie whenever fucking Mila Jovovich like a monkey ninja flip and defies the laws of gravity and kicks the zombie dog in the face. You remember that part in the first Resident Evil movie?
Oh yeah, like
Yeah, that.
Yeah, the Resident Evil movies are really like guilty pleasure series for me.
Oh yeah, same here. And I mean, I've beat the living shit out of like the original Resident Evil series. I like the remakes. I even like some of the shooters. I mean, I can. Resident Evil 6 is a guilty pleasure for me only because I know it's a shooter and it's kind of dumbed down for Resident Evil. It's not even like fucking survival horror anymore. It turned into a straight up shooter. But it kind of went that same way in like part 5 when they were in Africa. Resident Evil-ish because the controls were still a little tougher, but like they went full on the controls in part 6. But I still enjoyed like the multi-character aspect, even though like chapter 2 when you start off as fucking Chris, the most badass motherfucker out of the series, with like a knife or a gun. He starts off with a fucking machine gun. Okay, that's fucking not Resident Evil. I'm sorry, you're starting off with a machine gun. You need to work up to that type of shit, or end up finding that or a shotgun or whatnot. But
oh yeah,
but yeah, like
well,
but that,
I guess.
Oh my bad, go for it.
Say? Oh no,
I was
you
just
can
saying
finish
it's a guilty. It's just that game itself is a guilty pleasure for me. I enjoy fucking around on that just because I know all the history of Resident Evil, and at least it stays with its own. It keeps a timeline. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's it.
I guess I thought was sci-fi. Like why I brought up sci-fi was that. So I kind of like it was like this is actually very recent. I think it was like this week. Yeah, actually, it was this week that I thought about because I just finished my like novel writing month in November, which took up a lot of my time, which I'm glad is over and stuff. I basically I thought of like this cool idea where it's a little bit, I wouldn't call it like Star Trek, but it's like it's set in the distant future, but it's a very like American, like patriotic future where it's like a lot of people think that in the future we're not going to have nations and stuff, you know, we're all going to be one like global community. You know what I mean? Like how in Star Trek there's just a federation on Earth.
Yep, I know what you mean.
It's like in this storyline, it's basically like, yeah, there's still nations, or at least America is definitely a main nation, and yeah, it's like a patriotic future and stuff where people like say, you know, for truth, justice, the American way, like Superman.
Hell yeah.
So I just thought that'd be cool. It'd be like, oh yeah, it's a nationalist future and stuff.
Oh yeah. Well, honestly,
it'd be like a comic book, yeah.
As far as like the whole utopian future that Star Trek presents, I don't see us going that way. I really don't. I think we've got
people want it that way, and I think like a lot of these like far left radicals like Antifa, they like think that they're trying to make it that way because I feel like a lot of these SJWs I think have been watching too much Star Trek, which is where they got all these crazy ideas from.
I agree, and it's a nice fantasy to have, but if you look at what the EU is doing right now, and I think the EU would try to take that route. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, they thought like
all
cultures are equal and stuff.
Yeah, exactly, and they're not. Anybody who says all cultures are equal is a brainwashed retard who took one too many gender studies courses. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and now you have all these sexual attacks, like. Yeah, I heard people say like in London, you have like all these taxi drivers that basically like always harass girls and women to like come in, like take a ride with them when it's like basically like they're basically wanting to get into like assault them.
Yeah, exactly. And they don't have a Second Amendment, so you can't really protect yourself. Like, and I mean, honestly, like men are 75% on average stronger than women. If I took a 150-pound woman and a 150-pound man gym and I let them work out for 6 months.
Are they even allowed to carry knives? Because I thought even then they're trying to like do something stupid like that where they can't even carry knives.
I'm not 100% on that. I honestly don't know.
Yeah, no, yeah. All I know is basically women in the UK are like really kind of screwed right now because they basically have been like, the police do not focus on like the fact that there's a serious issue with like rape in the migrant community. Like in Sweden, if you go by like a police station, you'll see that most people there are women and they're going to be reporting rapes. Yeah.
Oh yeah, some of the guys too get fucking gang raped by the migrants.
Oh yeah. But that's what I say. If you go to Sweden, go into like a police station, you'll see like a huge amount of women. Yeah.
in Germany, there was a case in 2016. I was following a gentleman on YouTube, and actually had a chance to talk with him a little bit. But and I mean, I've got a concealed carry permit. You know what I'm saying? Assholes beware. Like, and don't get me wrong, I'm not a psycho. I'm not going to go out looking for trouble. But it's good to have a nice backup plan in case trouble fucking comes looking for you. You know what I'm saying? There's the saying, the wrong place, the wrong time for a fucking reason.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Sweden hasn't gotten their vigilantes yet, because like if the police are so unwilling to go after all these rapists and do something about it, I feel like where's the cost of vigilantes when you need them?
I believe they do. It's called the Sons of Odin. Have you heard of them?
Well, they're not really. I mean, they're kind of like a biker gang and stuff. Like they're kind of like a gang. I was thinking like someone who dresses up in like a costume and basically, you know,
goes
secret
Batman
identity
on
goes around being it. Yeah, get Batman. Yeah.
That's great. I can't wait for it to happen. But no, I mean, there was a case in Germany. A guy called the police because a immigrant was raping his girlfriend in front of him with a fucking machete. Dude had a machete. Guy was unarmed. His girl is getting raped in front of him. He's calling the cops. The cops ignored him. He called the cops again, and it was a female on the other line or whatnot that he was talking to at this police department. Once again, they hung up on his ass. He called him the third time. By the time the police showed up, the rape was over. The guy stopped fucking the rapist. I don't give a shit if he had a machete or not. Like, if somebody's trying to fucking rape my girlfriend in front of me, they're dying. I'll choke him out. I'll snap his fucking neck. I mean, if I've got to, I'll rip his fucking eyeballs out. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no such thing as a fair fight in the street.
Well, that's because you're not a soy boy or like a beta male.
Correct. And also, I mean, fuck, I wrestled in high school. I took jiu-jitsu when I got out of the Navy.
Oh yeah, but in Sweden, see, the reality is when you have these very socialized democracies like Sweden and like Scandinavia and Europe as a whole, a lot of the guys there, they just aren't physically prepared for these kinds of confrontations, because that's what happens when you live such a peaceful life. You become slow. You're not as aggressive as compare Europeans today to like say back in like the Viking era and stuff. People were a lot more hardy. People were tougher. Yeah.
Very much so. Well, I mean, just look at American culture versus fucking European culture right now, and I totally agree with you. I think they've been. I think the feminists have done their damage there, hardcore style.
Oh yeah. See, I believe that with feminism, basically patriarchy always takes over again, because they try to change it up, and then they end up the society collapses, and then some other culture comes in and takes over, and it reverts back.
Well, I mean,
because patriarchy has a lot bigger birth rates, whereas like more egalitarian and matriarchal societies tend to have very low birth rates.
Very true. Mainly because it's not combative. But I mean, I think me and you actually talked about this one time, where a matriarchal society can only work if have conflicts, like outside conflicts out of your country. You know what I'm saying? Like cultural conflicts or border conflicts with your nation. I mean, that a matriarchal society can happen like that when you have no natural predators. You know what I'm saying? But what they've done
the bonobos thing.
Well, not only that. No. I was talking about like as far as history as a whole. Like if you look at the progression of history, there's normally real big patriarchal societies, especially when you have warring clans, warring countries, warring cultures. A peaceful time, you can kind of notice where you don't really need the warlord anymore. You don't need like the badass leader who's also like a warrior, like and I'm talking about through ancient civilizations. As soon as you have like a peaceful situation and things start to settle down like that within your country, and the more and more matriarchal that it becomes, for the next patriarchal like warring clan or whatnot to come in and just roll over you, and then they get taken over again.
Well, it's like the thing in Greece. Before the Macedonians took over ancient Greece, Sparta and several other Greek city-states were actually becoming very egalitarian, where like women were getting more rights, but then their birth rates began to drop like crazy. And then the Macedonians, who were far more patriarchal, came in and took them over. and then things switched over again. That's basically the reality. The difference between today is that thanks to technology, it might be moving quicker. Resistance, because we now have the SJW side to things where they have to virtue signal and defend these people.
Very true, but at the same token, look at what happened at the Battle of Berkeley when these soy boys and these feminists who are in like the front ranks started to fuck with people who are more conservative.
Well, see, they want the radical, the migrants become like their muscle or something like that because they, you know, are a little more physically tougher.
Yeah, well, I mean, they've got to be. Look at the environment they're brought up in.
You heard that Antifa's been getting ISIS training, which is why they're being labeled a domestic terrorist group finally.
Yeah, that happened last year. I remember that. Also,
it happened recently. They've been. It has been leaked. Like they have been discussed. They have been communicating with ISIS members.
Yeah, I saw that.
Training.
Yeah, I saw that a couple. I think it was a month ago, if not less than that.
There was another update or something that happened like a week ago or something because people have been talking about that.
Oh wow! Like I believe it. I totally believe it because I mean.
Well, they look like them.
What they do, they certainly do. They act like them. Like if you look at the black blocs and everything else, but I mean.
Oh yeah.
And I'm definitely not trying to
Oh yeah, and they're fine with guns. Like there are several members that own guns, which is funny because apparently these people are supposed to be anti-gun, but yeah, they have guns.
Hell yeah, there's a couple places called Redneck Revolt and the John Brown Gun Club that are socialist gun clubs meant strictly to help radicalize or arm fucking the far left progressive movement that's going on, and there was a couple of them set up across the country. There's very few now. Well, the word got out thanks to people like me and other who don't like these assholes trying to tear a country apart from the inside out. But I mean, yeah, there's some really fucked up shit.
If they're trying to radicalize people and they're like have guns, I feel like the government would definitely get involved in like, you know, take them down and stuff because that's like cult activity, which I think is illegal.
Exactly. You'll have like a David Koresh fucking incident like they had in Waco, Texas. If you
David Koresh was that?
It was a cult in Waco, Texas, and the leader was David Koresh. He convinced his people that he was the second coming of Jesus and all sorts of cult activity. You should definitely look this up. Guess I'm a little older than you guys, so.
Wait, was he Indian? Sounds like he's Indian.
Not at all. No, he was a white dude.
Okay, Koresh, because Koresh sounds Indian.
But wasn't he kind of like a Family Guy skit? Was inspired by him? The Family Guy skit where the guy made everyone drink all the Kool-Aid, basically.
Oh yeah,
that was Jonestown, but no, I mean very similar things happen. Okay, in Waco, Texas, and I would advise anybody who doesn't know what I'm talking about to please look this up and shit because it was national news for a long time. These fuckers barricaded themselves in. They had assault rifles, all sorts of shit. And the FBI ended up fucking like burning them from the inside out. There was a bunch of crazy shit. They held themselves up. A lot of left-leaning organizations saying the FBI shouldn't have been so harsh, blah, blah, blah. No, go fuck yourself. These people were crazy. They would rather burn to death than surrender. And that's what happened. They fucking
Wait, did they commit a crime? Like, what did they do?
Yeah, rape, kidnapping, all sorts of fucking shit. Normal cult stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like,
wait, kidnapping?
Yep. Kidnapping, brainwashing, all sorts of fucking crazy shit happened. But that was in the last last 20 years, you know what I'm saying? Last 17 years that fucking shit happened.
Yeah, that's kind of creepy because like it's one of the reasons why I think I'm gonna homeschool my kids if I ever have them because you never know if in the future they're gonna like start like I don't know kidnapping kids or at schools or brainwashing them and stuff.
Well, not only that, but statistically speaking, homeschooling your child will get a much better education, and they score a lot higher on SAT scores on average from homeschooling.
Yeah, that's what I hear. Well, yeah, because then you basically, you're not like Isn't there that whole theory that when people are in massive groups, they tend to be more retarded or something, or more stupid?
Well, the larger the group you have, the lower the average intelligence is in the group.
People tend to,
be very herdy and panicky also when they're in large groups. And don't get me wrong, when you do have like a public school education, you do get socialized, or you develop social skills when dealing with a lot of other kids and mess like that. And you kind of learn your place in like the social hierarchy, I suppose is a good way to say it. But you can do that through other things like community activities, sports, community leagues, stuff like that. I mean, it's not like people aren't going to know how to make friends.
But I guess, but in schools, but still in the school setting, it's like, it seems like kids kind of do better. It seems like when, at least a lot of kids tend to do better when it's like the education is more focused and stuff with them personally. Whereas in schools, you have to have all these big you have these big classes where the teacher has to kind of spread her attention around to the other students. Right. It's not like how back in the old days we used to not have schools. We had like master and apprentice.
Exactly, and the apprentice can learn everything from the master. So the apprentice has the master's full attention. Yeah. But no, you're 100% correct. Smaller
it's like
classrooms do much better. Have much better average scores.
Wouldn't that be cool if Marvel and DC adopted that philosophy where it's like, oh, you want to get a job at Marvel as a writer or artist? Basically, you become an apprentice to either Jeff Johns or Ethan Van Sciver, and they show you the ropes on how to write and draw.
That would be fantastic. Unfortunately, you would have people who would be like Gabby Rivera's fucking apprentice right now. So I don't know. Maybe we should hold off.
Well, that would this would be the editors in chief would be the ones. The editors or the editor in chief would be the ones to decide, who your master's going to be.
Hell yeah.
Master's worthy, I don't think. I mean, right now Marvel probably would do that, but I feel like smart editors obviously wouldn't do that because they'd be like, no, we're gonna get the person who gets the most sales, the best results, and is most popular doing the apprenticeship. The higher up.
Yeah, but Marvel right now would probably be looking for purse puppies. They'd be like, you know what? We don't have an American Indian right now. We need one of those, and we also need a Viking. Somebody from Zimbabwe.
It would be.
We don't have anybody from there either.
Yeah, I would love to. It'd be great to get an apprenticeship with Stan Lee or Jack Kirby if he was still alive.
Oh yeah, but no, I'd 100% agree with you. I think that would have worked out well. Sorry, Florence, what were you saying?
Oh, nothing. I was just agreeing with. I was just agreeing with him, but I was kind of wondering if you guys actually heard about that one girl who got hired by Marvel, who looks a lot like Riri Williams.
Wait, did she get hired, or was that just a petition? I know there was a petition.
Yeah, I heard about the petition.
I don't know. I know that there was a girl who dressed up exactly like Riri, but I mean, I don't know if that was someone working at Marvel or not. But I mean,
she wants to be a writer for She wants to be a writer for Iron Man because she looks like the character. So it's a really stupid reason. And there was a petition going on about it. And, I didn't think that, I didn't think that the petition actually, I don't think she's hired yet. That would be really stupid if they did hire her for that reason, because that would just be insane.
Yeah, the SGW's got a petition going for that. And apparently her father wrote a comic strip but she is still in college. She's never written anything before, and I'm not even sure her degree is for that.
A comic strip is very, that could be anything. Yeah, that doesn't equal being able to write a superhero, because comic books are a very massive genre or medium.
Also, there's a lot more writing, dialogue, story development, shit. Like a comic strip is fucking 6 panels.
Funny is normally a funny,
Yeah. Damn, but somebody was like, it's in her blood. I was like, yeah, because, that comic book writing gene has been fucking existing for a while. The DNA specialist.
I find most comic writers tend to not have parents related to comic books, I think.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. I think
That's just why, because like Grant Morrison, he's none of his family, his dad didn't write neither of his parents wrote comic books. Alan Moore, same thing. It just seems like comic books is kind of one of those mediums where it's not really passed on by blood. Really, it tends to be just kind of like a group of misfits or nobodies that come in and then make something of themselves.
Yeah, I can't think of anybody that was a father-son team off the top of my head. I could be wrong.
Yeah, because the thing about comic books is comic books basically had to start off where these were artists and writers that were basically trying to get into the field. Like writers were basically trying to become published authors and like pulp fiction writers because that's where the money was. But they basically were stuck doing comics because this is like their introductory phase. And artists were obviously wanting to get arts like deals doing other art somewhere else, but they had to do comic books while it was like basically an intermediate phase for them. But then the medium took off and it became more popular.
Yeah, I feel like I actually kind of feel like with I mean, I guess what you guys have said about comic books, like no one's really had like a father or like a parent-child sort of like duo, unlike like in books basically where like the guy who made the Dune series, he actually has a son who keeps on making more of them. Same with Stephen King, his son actually does also write books, except it's in a different name.
Let's hope that his son knows where the lost colony actually is.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, yeah. I was right to bring that up, from our last stream.
I love it.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I mean, anyone can really write a novel, but like I think that like novels are kind of like
I think the difference is that the biggest difference is just that comic books are not as widely what's the word? Not as widely popular as novels. There's so many authors and people writing novels and books that it makes sense that you have a lot of family members like sisters, mothers and daughters, fathers and sons, and vice versa on like writing novels and having teams. But because comic books are just a much smaller, like the market size of comic books is insanely smaller than like novels, in my opinion, that it's just, I guess there's just not as many people invested in them as much as novels are.
Oh yeah,
because with novels you have like bestsellers, New York Times bestseller, you just have all of this stuff, and then you also have Hollywood, like with Harry Potter, they have like Hollywood has basically been using a lot of books to kick off with the young adult fiction.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what you think, if you think that's correct, Gwalt.
What, as far as well, look at
like
how many different genres there are
smaller
of books.
Yeah, like I feel like comic books is a smaller medium, is like a smaller market compared to novels.
It's a very niche fucking field. You know what I'm saying? Even amongst like the independent comics.
I guess you say the irony is that I think comic books tend to draw in the oddballs. I mean, I know that the SJWs are cancer, but comic books do have a habit of drawing in, these oddball creators with their like weird personalities.
Oh yeah, not to mention novels are marketed to like everybody. You know what I'm saying? There's a genre for anybody. And don't get me wrong, some people just don't read. And I mean, I remember when I first started enjoying. What's up?
Yeah.
Oh my bad.
Walt?
Yeah, I'm here.
I think I cut out.
I apologize. Sorry about that. But no, like. Can you hear me? Am I dying?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can hear you now, but what were you gonna say?
I was just saying that, like, when you look at novels, you have so many different genres. You have like the young adult, you have the adult, you have the horror section, you have romance, you have adventure, you have sci-fi, you have like just the American history novels, you have political books, you have all sorts of shit for like everybody, and it seems like comic books are niche market, especially the superhero comic book style, because that's like one particular thing. And don't get me wrong, you have horror books and you have like all sorts of other types of genres within comics, but the following that they have are so much more smaller than the actual superhero genre. And I mean, and the superhero genre has been taking hits year after year. The politics has come up, like scared away a shitload of motherfucking readers at Marvel.
Oh yeah. Well,
Marvel
I guess the problem with comic books is that they've become like they're a niche market, which originally they were more like for everyone. Like everyone used to read comic books, like back in the golden age and even Silver Age. You had a lot of kids who read comic books because comic books just aren't really they don't really reach out to kids like they used to a long time ago. Which is kind of why I think their sales are starting to tank, because then you have like these SJW stuff, which again is which is like a niche within a niche, which is insanely stupid. Because when you cater to a minority, when you're already in a minority, that's just like, business-wise, that's a boneheaded decision, because you're basically shrinking your market even more. Because, SJWs are a minority within a minority when it comes to comic books. So, that's why Marvel and DC have kind of screwed themselves. But the reality is, when you're a business, you need to spread out to everyone. But the problem is Marvel and DC, it seems like despite the fact that they're run by Disney and Warner Brothers, they don't invest much. Like, they don't do as much ads or try and invest in spreading the market, where it's like, hey, we're going to try and get it back to kids. We're going to get them back in grocery stores and basically expand the medium more.
I 100% agree with you.
Like they should do in schools. Like it would really help if they could actually, get comic books in schools, like at school libraries.
Oh God, don't say that. Not with the universities right now. Like
I
agree
not
with
universities, but like elementary schools. Like get some kid-friendly comics, for elementary school readers and stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't. That could blow up in your face. Like I'm just letting you know. You could have like idiots trying to indoctrinate kids with that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, some comic books are 100% propaganda.
Well, I mean, because America would not really make it into school, mainly because it's more of an adult-oriented book and stuff. Because I think there's like violence in the book, so that definitely wouldn't make it into schools.
Yeah, but a bunch of young. Go for it.
I was just going to say that. I was just going to say that it also has like same-sex sort of thing, so that's also kind of adultish.
Yep.
But yeah, you can go Gwalt.
Well, any sort of sexuality. I don't think they wouldn't really allow any book with any sort of sexuality, really.
Yeah, but if you look at what girls and little boys in school, like as far as like their interests, girls tend to like romance books, stuff like that. And I know I'm being generalized, but anybody who's trying to talk shit about that,
go like My Little Pony and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Friendship is magic, that type of stuff.
Yeah.
But then you look at what boys like to read, and boys like adventures, and they like the fighting, they like superhero tales, stuff like that from a very early age.
Yeah.
So that in itself, I don't think would really work. I mean, what do you want them to read? Fucking Jughead or Archie comics? Like, nobody gives a shit about that. Like, that I've ever grown up reading. Anybody who likes those fucking comics.
Well, yeah, but I mean, Jughead's probably. I guess what I mean is like basically, you have comic books that like like a lot of boys are gonna like, like the adventures, the action, all that stuff, and then you could also include comic books for girls as well.
Oh, exactly.
Like that can work out where it's like you have like the cute comic books and stuff.
Yeah, and I'm not saying they're not out there, but I don't. So comic books helped me get into reading as a kid, like in the third grade. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So it did help me get into reading, but it wasn't something that was in school. And I'm not even sure I would enjoy reading a school-approved comic book to start with, even back then. Like because, well, I mean, don't get me wrong. Back then, there was not as much bullshit as there is now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they still like but spank kids, quote unquote, back in school and stuff. I remember getting my hand paddled all the fucking time for being bad. You know what I mean? Like, I deserved it probably most of the time. A couple times probably not, but still though, it is what it is. Like as far as that type of aspect.
I guess so. I mean, I just feel like right now the comic book industry needs, like, if it wants to survive, it needs to expand. I guess the thing is like the question is just how. Like, how does the industry expand more so it can like kind of try to have a big market, kind of like how novels have a big market and stuff. Because I mean, I guess maybe it's just because with novels, there's like a whole culture to novels. You know, you have the book club, you have reviewers and critics, you have radio shows discussing books. It's like, you know, there's just an entire culture around literature and stuff. But comic books, they have it, but it's just not, I don't know, it just isn't as big. The culture just, it's weird, you know, because comic books are huge thanks to Hollywood, you know, like all the comic book movies. But yeah, I don't know, it just isn't mainstream like novels are.
The answer's right in front of you. It's what has been going on with like the Marvel movies. Like, only problem is Marvel screwed the pooch because the characters that they put in the movies that gets them all this new audience are not the characters reflected in the comic book. So they miss the boat.
I know, it's like it's really stupid.
DC has screwed the pooch the opposite direction. Like, their movies fucking suck. And by the way, I know I might be in the minority in this. I thought Wonder Woman was overrated.
I enjoy I kind of enjoy all their movies, but my favorite's definitely still Man of Steel.
Steel was good. I mean, I like that. But I mean, okay, here's my problem with the Wonder Woman movie.
But yeah,
the first couple acts were pretty decent. There was not a lot of bullshit in there. I was expecting it to be 100% feminist propaganda, and to my delight,
I was worried about that too,
dude. But the last act fucking sucked. The last act was shit. And I mean, like, holy fuck, how can the whole last fucking 30 minutes of that movie was complete bullshit. I thought the final boss scenes. So the only thing that was cool was Steve Trevor's death. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was kind of cool. Action scenes with Gal Gadot was in.
Oh yeah.
So you didn't like Ares as a villain? Because I thought Ares' villain was kind of cool.
I liked Ares as a villain, sorta. I like the fact that they give you the heel turn at the end, like, oh, this guy was actually Ares the whole time. I was like, okay, that's pretty cool.
I liked how they gave Ares more of a refined personality, because most of the time Ares tends to be a big brute in almost all forms. So, you know, twist to the character.
I agree with you, and I think that anybody who's posing or supposed to be playing a god should be smarter than any mortal, any half god. You know what I'm saying, with their plans. I mean, you're dealing with a fucking god for, you know what I'm saying. But like the last fight scene was anticlimactic at best, and I thought it was just shitty. I thought the CG looked like shit. I thought the whole thing was crap. Like the whole last the Prestige, the last act of that whole fucking movie was dumpster. It was horrible, especially after you get so much good shit going on. The first two arcs of the movie, I was like, what the fuck?
Well, again, I mean, I don't know. I feel like the CGI in Wonder Woman, all the Marvel films, they don't look too different. I just can't really see many differences between Marvel and DC CGI.
I don't know. I could actually tell with Wonder Woman, like when she was like fighting in the trenches, and you can kind of, like, I personally kind of noticed when her entire body was CGI and she was kind of like using her lasso and just kind of fighting everyone. Like, I honestly could tell with Marvel movies, it's a little bit. I also kind of noticed it, but I mean. Ton of superhero movies, there's just kind of like that one scene where you can really tell it's CGI.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And don't get me wrong, a lot of Marvel movies have the same problem. Like, it's just like oversaturation of eye candy. There's just it's not as bad as the Transformers movies, where there's like so much shit going on that you cannot pay attention to one. I mean, you can zoom in on one thing, but you miss like 90% of everything else. There's just too much shit going on.
Okay.
Transformers, like, really,
but you weren't a big fan of Justice League?
Worse. Oh, Justice League was a flaming piece of shit. That was a fucking horrible movie. Have y'all seen it yet?
You didn't like it?
It was trash.
Not yet.
It was fucking garbage, dude. That movie was fucking.
Well, you didn't. Okay. You didn't like all the fun scenes with all the characters?
They weren't fun to me. They were kind of cheesy, and the Flash need not even be in the fucking movie. Superman beat the Flash in a race. Superman beat the Flash in a race while carrying a fucking truck. Okay? That's fucking... the Flash need not be there. And also, Wonder Woman never really had that type of super speed, you know what I'm saying, in the comic books, like bullet dodge and bullshit. Like, don't get me wrong, I understand she can fight bullets with her stuff.
I think she kind of... I mean, it's weird. I think she kind of does have the speed, because, I mean, she's supposed to be fast, I think. But it's just like, I don't know.
Not that fast.
I thought the film. I actually kind of rather enjoyed the film because I thought it was just a good fun time. You know, like it's not really meant to be like something like Logan, something like very complex. It's a fun, you know, kind of supposed to be a fun film.
I thought it was crap. I'm sorry. I thought the CG looked like dog shit. I mean, it looked like, and don't get me wrong, in a lot of the Marvel movies, the CG looks like dog shit also. But like, especially like fucking Thor Ragnarok, you're just like, okay, this is way too much. But then you look at some of the CG like they had in fucking Guardians of the Galaxy, which was breathtaking. Or I mean, and I'll talk shit about some Marvel right now at the same time because I'm a fair treatment kind of guy. Trailer for Infinity War. How the fuck can Thanos go from in the Avengers movie, the little cutscene at the end, looking good? Thanos looked great in Guardians of the Galaxy when he was sitting on his throne.
Are you talking about Homer? Are you talking about Homer Simpson?
Homer Simpson, Hellboy. Yeah, that. How does your graphics go downhill?
That's what you saw the memes, right? Like they're saying he looks like Homer Simpson.
Loving them in our Discord. That is fucking great. But like, holy shit. Like, I mean, how does your CG get worse over time? CG is supposed to get better. It's supposed to get better. You know what I'm saying? With technology.
I don't know how much technology. I don't know. Maybe it's costing just too much money. I don't know. Is there? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I feel like I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with the CGI right now. I mean, maybe it's just costing too much or something, or maybe production's just going by too. Maybe it's just these movies. They're producing too quickly. Like they need to. You know, probably dial it back a bit and like, you know, see if they can get all the CGI fixed and make sure everything's been maybe CGI. Yeah, it's just mass producing these films kind of have made it so they can't get the CGI done on time.
Yeah, personally, I'm kind of more. Oh, you can go.
No, not at all. All yours, Florence. I talk too much to start with, man. That's you.
I don't know, but I'd say, to be honest with me, I'm a lot more excited to Black Panther than any of the coming out because that actually kind of reminds me of Spider-Man Homecoming, where it's kind of like a smaller scale type of story, but it actually kind of looks like, you know, there's gonna be like it's actually gonna be pretty freaking cool, good, you know.
Yeah, but some people did say like the Africans look very cartoony. In the trailers.
Yeah, kind of what we're talking about.
Like if it wasn't being like they say if this wasn't being made by like black like director or something like that, they would have probably been accused of racism or something like that.
I'm worried because Ta-Nehisi Coates was brought in as a fucking informant or not informant, overseer or whatever the fuck.
Is he the one who does Black Panther in the crew?
Yeah, that's the same asshole.
Yeah, like he's the one who turned Storm into like a bloody racist.
That's the same asshole. Yep, that's that guy.
I know. So it's oh god.
I kind of hope that with what's his name, Tayoshi
Coates. Ta-Nehisi Coates.
Coates, yeah. Coates. Well, I kind of hope that if Marvel's smart about it, they'll probably just kind of like, you know, lid on and all of that stuff, kind of like what Helping Hand actually sent in his other video.
I missed that one. I'm gonna have to go watch that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, if Marvel's smart, well, it depends because, like, you know, after Spider-Man: Homecoming, you know, they could. I mean, even with Guardians of the Galaxy, they've been kind of putting the sequel. They kind of put some like, you know, potential SJW message in there as well, where it's like Spider-Man: Homecoming had that whole Washington Monument bullshit, that stupid thing with Mary, you know, MJ as she's called, Michelle, and then you know, so they could start inputting SJW stuff into the movies, you know.
Yep, exactly.
And I won't have to feel obligated to go see the Marvel movies whenever they come out. I can just skip them if they do pull that stuff.
I was worried that Thor Ragnarok was going to introduce female Thor, you know, because it sounded like, oh, crap.
You know what I mean? I was like, oh, fuck, he lost his hammer. That's exactly what I said. I was like, don't do it. Don't you fucking do it. Oh, I was thinking that. I was thinking that myself. I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah, they had to take, and let me put my, I'm gonna put my MGTOW hat on and stuff, but it's like, yeah, they have like a female character break his hammer and stuff, like a representation of his manhood.
Oh my god, I'm not a MGTOW.
Yeah, makes you wonder if that was a feminist, like, undertone right there.
Well, I mean, yeah. Okay, so Thor has he's the lightning god, and you have him getting tasered and knocked out by tasers. Like, that makes no fucking sense to me to start with.
Well, wasn't that the first movie where it's like he lost his powers, so technically it makes sense?
Yeah, but did he lose his powers in...
I mean... Oh, yeah, he didn't lose his powers, right?
Well, no, I think that...
well, so he got tased in Ragnarok?
Correct. A couple times.
I actually kind of saw the movie, and yeah, he did get tased a couple times, and technically, he didn't lose his... isn't his power. His power was there all along inside him. It's just that his hammer was kind of like a conduit of how to like kind of control it.
Yeah, well, see, Marvel kind of plays the the little hand wave where basically they say he's not actually a god, because that's Marvel. Like, that's what I like about DC was, people can say what they want about the DC films. I just like that DC was honest, saying, oh yeah, the gods do exist. Magic is an actual thing. Like, it is a mystical art. So they set up the universe saying everything in DC could exist in the movies if they want to do a movie.
Oh yeah.
They're not hindered saying, oh, we can't do Constantine because, demonic activity and cults don't exist but in DC's movie universe, it does.
Speaking of, I enjoyed the Constantine movie. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, that's nothing like the comic books, kind of, which why a lot of comic book fans hate the movie.
I know, I agree, but like it was a fun ride.
Well, yeah, but like I said, I'm excited for the Justice League Dark film because I definitely want to see that movie.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, like I don't know, man. It was the Marvel films. I don't understand how the CG can get bad in the trailer of the the new Avengers movie coming out, because you're Disney. You've got the most successful movie franchise coming out.
I think it's need to I think they just need to take longer with production. I think they just need to dial it back and just start. Yeah, like they should probably just start. They need to start making more sets and probably do less CGI and take longer to make sure everything's fully looks good, and have someone look over that stuff to make sure the consensus is okay.
I agree.
Yeah, because I personally think that a lot of this is probably still kind of unfinished, because this is kind of just the first trailer that's dropped, so I think that maybe they'll end up doing a few they'll be doing a lot of changes when the final movie comes out, because they did that with Thor Ragnarok. I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah, there's something in the movie that happens that if you go back into the trailers, then the trailers are very misleading that what happens near the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm not really going to see Thor Ragnarok anyway.
Guys, I'll be right back. Hold on a sec. I'm going to go take a small bathroom break real quick and grab a drink.
Okay.
Okay. Well, actually, I think, it's kind of been 4 hours, so I probably should wrap it up right now.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. Didn't mean to kill the stream.
Oh, no, it's okay. It's just I realized that it's been 4 hours anyway. I was going to wrap it up soon.
Hell
yeah. But I guess you're saying is that, yeah, I just feel like as is right now, I feel like, there might be a crash in that comic book movies if they don't branch out and try and stop stop being formulaic and stuff. They will probably have a crash.
Oh, yeah. And my closing thoughts
because right now they basically, I would say because right now it feels like a lot of people call them distractions, like they're domesticating the culture and stuff to basically all these flashy films, and because people talk about the golden age of Hollywood being like the 60s and 70s and even the 80s, where you had a lot of these very classic films that are huge cult followings.
Yeah, that they keep trying to fucking remake and make shittier. I agree.
Yeah, that is pretty. Yeah, no, they need more creative people. But the problem is Hollywood is full of all these ideologues and the same group of people over and over again, because they don't want to get new ideas or new blood because they're scared of offending people now.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
But
anyway, what are your closing thoughts?
My closing thoughts are: you guys need to watch High School DxD. Need.
Okay.
If you don't ever watch another anime, watch High School DxD. Make sure it's the uncensored so you can see everything. Make sure you don't watch it
uncensored. You said.
Well, yeah, uncensored. I mean, sometimes, like, depending on which site you go to, sometimes they'll have like the censored bullshit. I watch everything uncensored. I mean, you'll know exactly what's going on even if you watch the censored shit. But like, I mean, I'm an uncensored kind of guy. I always go for the unrated cuts anyway on like movies. But High School DxD, fantastic storyline, great action, great fan service. Fucking hell, holy shit, it's funny. And I'll link a video.
It's called High School DxD.
High School DxD. It is amazing. It is so good.
Okay.
But I'm gonna link a FGB video, which is making fun of it, sort of. It'll show you what's going on in the anime, and it's not going to spoil anything. But it's fucking hilarious. So good.
Okay. So, what's your closing thoughts, Florence?
Not much, to be honest, but I mean, yeah, I just kind of I don't think I have any.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed watching this stream, and remember to buy your meme bonds because the meme war counts on you, getting memes to help fight for your freedom to say or express yourself on the internet without being, banned or deleted. Because, the internet is basically our church as Keki Stannies. We need that to pray to Kek by meming and stuff. So please help fight the meme war and stuff by, donating some memes to local, your fellow shitlords and shit posters. So anyway, the link to anyway, guys, I also linked your YouTube accounts in the description of this video, so
absolutely
see if people want to subscribe. So anyway, the link. Yeah, so the links to both of your accounts are in the descriptions. A sub. Yeah, even though I think you said, Walt, that you don't have content yet, right?
Not yet. I've been thinking about doing it, but I don't know. Before I release anything, I want to make sure it's perfect, and I'm my own worst critic.
Okay, yeah. You can always do those troll videos where it's like, you just take compilations of videos to for gags.
Oh yeah, I've thought about it. I'd love to do stuff like that, but
yeah. Or it's like, the title sets up the joke, and you see a clip. My thoughts on this, and it shows this person committing suicide.
Jesus.
Yeah, I did that when I said my thoughts on Marvel Legacy, where I just said, oh yeah, this is the clip of this guy jumping out a window and stuff. But anyway, so I hope you all enjoyed watching this stream and basically, hearing a bunch of weebs talk, anime and monsters.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So have a good night, everyone watching the stream.